Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... Alright, so this might seem like a bit of a peculiar choice, but blame the YouTube recommendations for that one. So this is a little bit of a story before we start, just a tiny one. When they opened up theaters again after lockdown, the first thing that I saw was actually when I was that week away in Exeter, and it was just whatever the university had like playing on at the time, and which happened to be The Play That Goes Wrong. Now, I'd heard about The Play That Goes Wrong several times before this, and people always said like, "Oh, it's hilarious, it's all this stuff." I never knew what it was about. I just knew that it was a play that goes wrong. But it turned out it was a murder mystery, and they took full advantage of every single joke they possibly could, and got away with some surprising things that I didn't think they could get away with on account of health and safety. But there you go. I mean, just to give you an idea, at one point, part of an elevated set crackles and falls down on cue, and someone is up there. They have to like hang precariously. Yeah. If I were a chaperone of that event, not that any chaperones was university, so they wouldn't have those. But if I were in charge of regulations, I would have been like, on that. But either way, the point is that a play that goes wrong, there's a lot of things that can go wrong in a play, and this is why this piqued my interest. Less so for the Christmas angle and more so for, I guess the hilarity that may or may not ensue. And of course, I'm not going to go into this venture alone, so we have some people waiting in the wings, so to speak. So please recall upon the stage to KW.
Hello, I'm just hiding my face, so I don't get demonetized or anything like that. So you guys can see me. Hello, and then. Yep.
Oh, okay. And oh, I think I know what the issue with Restream is now. I think I just reduced it. So when you turn your camera on, you were perfectly fine. When you've got into your webcam, it doesn't show your profile picture anymore. It just obscures you. That's why Aiden was able to show himself beforehand. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. So if I welcome BB in now, her camera's off,
there.
but you can still hear her. And if she turns,
and then I turn it on,
or if she does that, the equivalent.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. All right, that's I guess that's solved.
I mean, I'll show my face for this one live stream. Why not?
You know what? Fair enough. Yeah. BB be out.
I am not plugging my camera in for this.
One of these things is not like the other.
And yes, this is the book I'm reading now. Eventually, it will be a butt talk. But...
No, I don't know.
The screen. There you go, Throne of Glass. It's a bit difficult to make out, but it says Throne of Glass in case people can't see it on camera.
Yes.
So, your experience in hearing about the play that goes wrong is very much my experience with House of Leaves, which I still want to read at some point, because I keep hearing about it, and I don't really know what it's about, to be honest with you.
How does this connect to what we were talking about?
Because that's literally exactly what you said about... What?
Okay. I was trying to lead into the video from that, not into a segue about a random book.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I'd say it's pretty relevant. Anyways, the other thing. Now I don't know about the other stunts. I haven't seen the play either. That specific one, they probably just had wires, honestly.
I mean, honestly,
I didn't see any. Maybe they had wires to decide.
That's the goal. You aren't supposed to see those things. That's the point.
Well, you'd be surprised. Sometimes a lot of the time you do see them anyway if you try to hide them.
I mean,
I
sure, but like you're not supposed to, you know.
At least not nowadays. In the days of Shakespeare, they actually had to paint leaves on wires so they would be more visible, so people wouldn't think that they were using supernatural powers to fly. Yeah. That's a theatre fact for you.
What a fun little trivia.
All right. So we'll say hi to the chat and then we'll get started. So we've got Jacob Award nominee Shadi here, who probably doesn't know that he was even nominated, but there you go. That's your notice. And how are we feeling today? Oh, I think that was for. Oh, that was for Shadi, not for us. Never mind.
Or who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. This is the Christmas play that goes wrong by Miss Fantasia Gacha. Depending on what song monetize anyway, so don't worry, KW.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. I'm guessing. I think that all these characters have been like brightened up a little bit. I guess that's the first comment I can say. Unless they just have stage lights on them at all times. I don't think we're performing yet. And from what I remember from the description, Ava's the main character.
Oh no, guys!
Apart from this being Cinderella.
No noses! Oh no!
Yep, there is that. No noses.
I will say your thing was out of sync. I thought. So it took me a second. I had to like look back and forth from the screen to you, KW, because I wasn't sure if there was just some narrator in the background going, "Oh no, the noses! Oh." Is this a Gacha background, by the way?
It is, yes.
Yeah, it's in Gacha Club. At least that's what I know for sure.
It's actually Mizuki Sensei's classroom from Outwitch Academy. Well, one of the backgrounds I actually used two of them because I was playing around with perspective shots.
Oh yeah, you did. I remember that.
But yeah, within a school, I guess they'll just use any room as a rehearsal room when classes are off.
What?
Okay, here we go. Well, here we go again. I hope things don't go like last time.
Hold on. Is this a Magic School Bus reference? Here we go. I sure hope this doesn't go like last time. This sounds eerily familiar.
I don't recall them ever saying that phrase in the Magic School Bus.
No, they say something almost identical though.
Yeah. What was his name? He always doesn't like it. It was the glasses guy.
Well, Arnold. If we're talking about his I knew I should have stayed home today. That's a different phrase entirely, but yeah. I wonder who'll be playing Cinderella. Wait, you haven't decided that? Are you not? Is this like the start of the year? We're gonna go through the rehearsals, or we're like going to see the play? I mean, okay, fair enough.
Oh, I just realized default eyes. Oh no. They have default eyes. Default.
Yeah, they seem to have default eyes and no noses. However, I will say, much like Average Academy as well, the outlines for stuff like the eyebrows and the mouths actually has been changed to blend the faces a bit more. It works especially with the characters like with Mia and Ava, but maybe not so much for Daisy, whose eyebrows are far too bright.
Right.
And I guess Homoki in the background as well. James, no, definitely not. Anyway, that'd be you, Ava. No way! I really did that part. Yep. And there's your prince. I mean,
James like, wait, what?
Yeah, how did he not know? He's right in front of the list. Daisy. I'm just teasing. I swear, you're worse than Annie. Who's Annie? Only the love of James's life. Ah, I'm sensing a plot emerging already.
Is she also an orphan?
Two characters have to be a couple on stage. Is the real life girlfriend going to get jealous as a result?
Man, I'm picturing a weird play right now. So they already mentioned Cinderella, but then they say Annie, and that makes me think of the orphan Annie. and now they're saying
Yeah.
James, and now I'm just thinking of King James.
I see. So you're thinking of like a Shakespeare times combination of two stories that didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's working backstage, isn't she? Oh well, this is definitely gonna get jealous. Not because that's a thing that happens all the time. It's because that's just the stereotype. Yeah, she's gonna be the lead stage hand. Oh, and guess what? The elementary school will be collaborating. This is actually a common thing that happens over here, where it's the junior school in our case, but they'll like invite some people over to take part in whichever end of your play is going to happen in the secondary school, but only as like chorus members. They never really get like any speaking roles.
I don't know if that's ever happened in one of my schools. That sounds weird and sounds like it would cause a lot of conflict.
Not really. I mean, they all know why they're there. They'll be the animals.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there you go. See? They'll be the animals. They'll be parts that don't speak.
No, that's so bad. What do you mean? Hey, we're just gonna grab a bunch of elementary kids. Oh, who are they gonna play? They're gonna play the wild beast that we have to kill.
I don't recall that part of Cinderella.
It's fine. You shove Gaston in there. I'm sure it'll fit.
The
That's Beauty and the
animals were.
Beast.
Yeah, that's fine. And Orphan Annie's from a whole other thing entirely. Got King James. He's from where? Who cares?
Also, Aiden in the private chat says they are furries currently.
Oh my god! Why is Aiden here? How did he get the link?
Oh, it's because I sent it in the Butter Bunch group chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what? You think I come in here through our DMs? That'd
King
be
James.
crazy.
Hey,
No,
you
we
think King
went
James
through
is a common name? What do you mean? James is a common name. King James, I'm not so sure about.
Yeah,
Right.
King. Who? Tell me how many King Jameses you've met, Aiden.
Let's see. I met King James at elementary, King James at a library, King James at a restaurant one time. Oh, he was very rude. King James when he was trying to order a bunch of donuts at the work that I used to go to, but decided too quick because he didn't decide to give me the hours I need to, earn money.
Did he have any strong opinions about the government?
He was.
Oh,
the
I
governor,
met.
right?
Oh yeah, I met another James came who was really into politics.
Yeah, was he for the monarchy?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Oh wait, because the King James I met was surprisingly anti-monarchist.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, you wouldn't have guessed. Maybe he has resentment for his parents on account of his name being King James.
Oh,
Okay.
you met King James Senior, have you? That was him, right?
Well,
Yeah, I have a thing against
I think it must have been King James Jr. because if he was King James Senior, he would have also named his son King James and would not be resentful. So it must have been King James who met King James Senior. Okay, back to the video. They'll be the animals, so Starry will be your problem, Ava. Who on earth is Starry, and why is Ava in charge of?
I know
lead
this.
role, but also the chaperone.
I know this one. Starry is the Pepsi brand, right? No, Sprite. It's the Sprite brand. Lemon. Slight lemon flavor.
Okay. Aiden's saying Starry Night, so I guess we're throwing Van Gogh into the mix as well.
Jeez. I mean, there were mice in the Disney Cinderella.
I suppose. Where did the name Starry?
No, there was
I don't
Gus.
think they even had names, to be honest with you.
Well, Gus is one of the mouses. I have a Gus toy.
Mouses?
Oh dear. Anyway, okay, so we've got back to the video. Miss Romanza, we've got Mr. Dramaticus. I wonder what he teaches. We've got Miss Joy, which is the one Joy that didn't get through nursing school. And then we have Annie.
Man, she actually does kind of look like someone who would be orphaned.
She's missing a pigtail.
Okay.
She's small, you know.
It does tend to be small people that are orphaned.
Yeah,
or at least the brand is orphaned,
yeah.
yes.
She's presumably a woman, as was Orphan Annie.
Yes.
What more do you need, really?
We know that the orphan population, especially skews to the female side, statistically speaking.
Wait, does it?
No, I'm yes-anding you to make your point make sense.
It makes perfect sense. I don't see. It makes perfect sense. Be a woman, have your name Annie. There you go. You're an orphan. Oh, and be small. You have to be small for that to work.
Only women can be orphans, apparently. That's what Aiden said.
Yeah, they don't accept anything else.
Okay. Right.
If you have a son, you're out of luck.
Make going die.
And they do, specifically the fathers of the female orphans. Right. Okay. What ho, dear students! For those that don't know, I am Mr. Dramaticus, and I shall direct the Christmas play.
That has to be a stage name.
I mean, you would have thought, but as drama teachers don't tend to give themselves stage names.
No, but they should start doing that though.
Maybe.
That would be so good.
I like to think that his first name is Maximus.
He can convince everyone that's his real name, and then after they eventually snoop around and things they really shouldn't, or look through the records or whatever, they find out that's not his name, they can be like, hey, so this looks awfully a lot like you, and he's like, no, and then they can keep dating, and they're like, oh, so this was you, and he's like, yeah. Good thing, because I had this thing stored for the last couple of months. I have a lesson about stage names and their importance for you guys.
Okay. Aiden in private chat says, It be a holiday place, as not everyone celebrates Christmas or a winter play. Just read that as a pirate, because that's how it was
Why
worded.
not? Why not?
It could be a Christmas play. Depends on the type of school we're talking about.
Arr, Captain Best doesn't celebrate Christmas on his pirate ship.
Oh no, this could be like a Christian private school where like pedophilia runs rampant or something. I don't know.
Why is that a requirement for why is the last one a requirement for a Christmas play to happen?
No, it's a requirement for a Christian school to happen.
And if I was worried about demonetization before, definitely not going to happen now. Right. I planned for this play to be superior to the disaster that was the last school play. I will say, in the play that goes wrong, that is the version that I saw. It wasn't a school play. It was like a theater troupe. So they had like a lead director who was also playing one of the central characters. So the director is talking to the audience and like excusing themselves for like several mishaps in the past. In several different ways. So you had, like, for example, there was, of course, that one year that we were severely understaffed, and so we had to premiere our new musical, A Cat, for example. And there was, like, several other things that I've forgotten of how the title had to change because of restrictions that they had. Anyway.
Man, what a funny accent you got. No, that's like a different language Aiden's using in chat. So, Moyu.
Yes.
That's like a fancy accent for a cat. Moo.
That's what Mr. Mistopheles has. Anyway. Anyways, working with me will be the lovely Miss Joy and Miss Romanza. Miss Joy not to be confused with her multiple sisters, who all married King Jameses.
Hey, listen, I can only talk right now. I'm not good at it.
Oh, I can't wait to see you darlings the tribe chat's in the way. Up in the spotlight. Under the spotlight. Yeah, you'll be right.
And what a surprise! Romanzas into romance
and drama. I have the impression this is not going to be a very subtle video.
Let me guess. Miss Joy requires a happy ending for everything.
Maybe.
And Annie requires that the main character is hopeless and needs to sing songs about such a thing. and then eventually get
the
parented
play
by
is
the end of it all.
the play is Cinderella, so that does track. Mm-hmm. Right, of course. Not only has the local elementary school come to collaborate with us, which you just heard in the previous scene, but some of our students will be helping backstage.
Oh, that's a
On
good point,
rare
actually.
occasion
Wait,
for students to get involved in backstage parts of a theatre production. That has never been heard of in the history of theatre and school. Led by me. The name's Annie. Yeah.
That they also said that earlier.
Yes,
Was
exactly.
the last scene useless or something? Because everything they said before is just being repeated now.
Yeah. The name's Annie. If you have any concerns with props or lighting, I'll gladly help.
Welcome to the repeat live, where we repeat everything.
Cinderella, could you be any sir with your cleaning? Yes, hurry up and finish. So you can mend our dresses, dear. Oh, thanks. So you can mend our dresses, dear. Wait, was I supposed to say dear? It's gonna be that, isn't it?
Yeah! Let's go!
Hurry up and finish so you can mend our dresses, dear.
We start off with a bang with Jacob Butter getting his prediction.
Why is this text so much smaller?
Because it's a whisper.
Oh.
You weren't supposed to say dear. Oh goodness, Jasmine, we've only 2 weeks left, child. I'm guessing there was a time skip. I'm gonna guess time skip because normally school plays out those run for like a long time in rehearsals because they only get like one rehearsal a week sometimes.
It's a little early for that though.
I mean, that is true with because before like Christmas break or whatever at our dance school, we would have a few weeks notice doing like a thing where we show what we have learned to our parents and everything like that. Although there was one time where I had one teacher when he didn't know that was a thing. So on the day where we show what we have learned to show our parents, he's like, okay, so I didn't know this. What we're gonna do is just gonna show our room up in a quick dance. All right, here we go. And we're just like, what?
Yeah, there you go. Your teacher is kind of like that one scene in School of Rock where Dewey Finn has to like do parent teacher conference and he's had to see what he's taught the students. He just goes like math, some English, yes, and plenty of geography, and just list every single class with no descriptions. Anyways, we've only 2 weeks left, child. Also, Aiden has pointed out that yes, I indeed skipped the rehearsals in the Mutes and Gods season 1, which I've been bragging for the past few years. He said skip, but like as if I did it regularly, but I know what he meant. Not gonna make a habit of that. You should know your lines off by heart by now. Sorry, sir. Oh, interesting. So I guess so. Stumbled across Invis. It's weird to see like all of the like effects that I came up with for Alpha Witch Academy. Also, someone else came up with the exact same ones, but they're applying them in a completely different scenario. Anyway. Also, Aiden seems to be very mad about this. Like, leave her alone. She's a baby. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna bring Aiden in because at this point, it's
he's just part of it.
Thing.
He's
I'm
just
breaking the rules.
I wasn't playing. I was just gonna sit there in the private chat texting all day.
Yeah, that's why I just stopped responding at a point. I only responded to the funny ones, and then everything else I was like, all right, well, maybe he'll be quiet.
I almost started swearing more. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I almost started making jokes of swearing because technically you're just reading it off.
I mean, you did make a joke with swearing before. Yeah, I mean, before how you said "go get your orphan butts out of here," except you didn't say "but," but you know.
What did he say?
Scroll up and find out.
The A word.
Anyway, so yeah, but what Aiden was trying to pull a leave Brittany alone right now, and I'm gonna say to this, yeah, if depending on like how long you've been rehearsing for, honestly, you should know your lines. That is a thing that you.
Okay, yeah, but don't call her. But you're calling her a child, and she's literally a child.
Yeah,
Yes.
so what? She's also a child who signed up for a play. Get her lines right.
Plus,
There you
I
go.
think they're in high school because it didn't say like they're at a different elementary school.
I
Well,
like how it's
so-
either elementary or high school, and there's no in between.
there is
Okay.
one in between.
Also, by the way, I don't like the music in this video because we just
Arguably
have
two in
Christmas
betweens,
music.
depending on which district you're in.
Like, I don't mind Christmas E music at times, but I feel like the music doesn't ever fit the scene. It's just, here's a random Christmas song that we have an instrumental of. Let's throw it in the background.
I do recognize these songs as royalty-free choices, so hopefully that other.
I could get these off the YouTube audio library. I mean, that's what I did for that's what I did for the Minecraft Never Have I Ever. I literally just kept looping a handful of Christmas tracks throughout the background because I didn't feel like doing specific background music. I got lazy.
Which, for the record, works for that type of video because there's one tone that is set throughout the entire video, rather than this one where there can be multiple things.
Yeah,
that's the difference. Just in case anyone was like, "Well, you just said that you wanted to have."
Yeah, this is a fully scripted video with that should be more meticulously planned.
Well, I don't know if it's fully scripted, but it is. It should have been.
I hope it's scripted. I mean, it seems scripted in my opinion.
You're given a lot of benefit.
Plus, there's also punctuation, and normally when something isn't scripted, it normally lacks all punctuation.
Yeah, Clomite didn't have like a full-on script. It only had scripted.
I said normally. Clomite, I would say, is like an outlier personally.
Oh, you got to say outlier for more accurate punctuation.
Aiden, Aiden, I've read your scripts. You don't put punctuation in.
Yeah, it's voice acted.
So
that's always what Aiden says. Like most of the time, because like most of the time I go through and like course correct the stuff that I know the voice actors will stumble on if could lead to a mistake. But yeah, a lot of it gets like left on the wayside. If Aiden were to write non-voice acted things, most likely he would.
I would focus more on grammar if it was non-voice acted, purely because people are actually seeing the script.
Yeah, people are seeing the script to read your lines. You don't want the lines blundered because of your own mistake.
I punctuate the lines that are important nowadays.
Yeah, yes, and because that used to be what I did. Like back in most of my time with Falling Your Scripts was actually like going through. I still do that when we're typing at the same time. I go through and course correct whatever's going on that I think is going to be important, like how the line's going to be said differently. Because like I said before, punctuation can sometimes affect how you deliver a line, or as well as how accurate it can be. So with those stuff, I'll go through and like, yeah, this needs a comma, this needs this needs that. This
like a classic. Let's eat Tom. Let's eat Tom.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's more like the errors and accuracy side of things. What I was referring to more so was
for delivery
was like where pauses would go, how the different emotions would be interpreted.
If it needs to be a question mark, if it needs to be exclamation mark and question mark, a period. Add 3 dots at the end because maybe they were cut off.
Yeah, hyphens or slashes for interruptions that occur.
Yeah, I was say, 3 dots aren't meant to be used for interruptions.
Well, it's when you're kind of trailing off. It's hard to describe.
Most of the time for those things, I will use a hyphen if it's just like one person getting cut off and then immediately the next line comes in. If the line continues, I learned this in directing class at university. That you can put like a slash in the middle of a sentence so that the actor continues to speak the rest of the sentence, but the next actor comes in and cue bites them with a slash underneath it, and the sentence carries on. And then you can have the first person trail off.
That's interesting. Yeah,
I'm providing for someone else, they don't interpret it that way, but
No, with my script writing, if I have a character is supposed to shout or scream or whatever, I just put all the words in caps instead of saying, "Oh, this character is shouting," just because I feel like if I just put in oh, this person is shouting or yelling, that's just gonna take forever. I just rather put it on cap saying, yeah, this person is shouting or screaming. At least for me in my head. I don't know if that works or anything like that, but I feel like it's easier just to put the words in caps and just try to say, oh, this person is yelling.
Sometimes going through your scripts though, you mess up with, like, for example, say like you have the word what, and you'll do capitalize the W but accidentally capitalize the H, so it'll be what. It would be like what in the scripting.
Yeah, I've seen that in a lot of.
Like I'm like, dang. I remember those times.
Yeah, but I fixed those. So.
Yeah, we always go through them and fix them.
Aiden's sitting here going, back in the day.
Back in the day. It was like 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago.
No, it was months ago. What do you mean?
It wasn't months ago. It hasn't been that long.
Yeah, back when the dinosaurs were around.
It was not September. It was Aiden, like October or November.
If you're referring to July, then yeah, that's still months ago, Aiden. We're in January right now.
Well, you know what? It was last year, okay?
Yes, it was. Which only further
I love this
the
conversation.
It
was not months ago. It was weeks ago. No, I'm telling you, it was months ago. Fine, but you know what? You're still wrong. It wasn't
last year.
Right. It was years ago.
No, it was a long time ago. It was a short time ago. No, it was a long time ago. All right,
I remember when we
time frame. You're happy?
I remember when we finished the Clone script, because after we finished the Clone script, I started to continue working on the Zelda project, and that took 3 months. So that's how I know when the Clone script was done.
Speaking of the Zelda project, how's that going?
Aiden, I haven't worked on any bigger projects because I'm taking a break.
Yes. Anyways, I heard yours. You heard far. You heard far.
You heard your far superior stepsisters is far. The line.
Well, I don't like the way it's spaced, okay?
It's technically accurate, but
spacing.
Yeah, because they're on different lines.
That's just the speech bubble in Gacha. That's
like
just
the way I read is like when they switch to different lines, it gets confusing, and there ends up being a momentary pause.
It's technically grammatically correct, but I would probably add a hyphen between far and superior.
I mean that depends like where you're from.
Probably.
I would have the far be on the same line to superior. Like I would.
Well, you don't get that choice though.
No, but if you put a few spaces, the far should be on the same line as superior.
Yeah, I admittedly I've only used the speech bubble like a couple of times ever in the 5 years I've been doing Gacha, but when I have, I don't think I've ever done any spacing myself, like as in like like start a new line or something. I think most of the time it just fills it in itself, which means that it must be done the same way that like a Word document would, where just like put the next line, the word, like a full word of the next part of the line if it misses what the margins.
That's what happened when I would write scripts or even writing a book, because now I'm using Google Docs for book writing because I don't really trust Microsoft Words right now.
Well, there you go. As you would expect to happen. So, it works under the same principles, and that's why it's like that. It's not like Miss Fantasia Gacha made a conscious effort to separate those out. It wasn't like an attempt on Jeanmon or anything.
Which is really surprising that Google Docs is actually a lot easier than using Microsoft Words, because I can find like simple buttons and everything. But like with Microsoft Word, you had to click multiple buttons just to find one thing.
Yeah, I haven't deleted any of my stuff off of Docs just because it's a pain to redo it, but I have started making a point to do stuff on Cineris just because I don't know if they change anything. I doubt they would because it's Google. But a while back they started doing data scraping, and so I kind of started using Google Docs less.
Okay.
But right. Yeah, I mean it's easy to use. I will give it that, but I don't know. At this point, it feels almost a little bit too risky to use it. But for a while, that was my main thing.
I'm not sure if risky is the word that I would use in that situation. It's not like you're risking anything, but it.
Okay, fine. Not risky. It's dangerous. If that is better, I mean.
Still.
Wait, why is it dangerous? I'm confused just a little bit. Sorry.
Data.
Yeah, scraping... that's why I wouldn't have used that word. It's a word. If anything, if it feels it feels wrong or it feels unethical for BB to use that, knowing that the data is going to be scraped and potentially used for other purposes. That's what
No, I
saying.
mean,
Not like
no, I
someone
mean,
runs like any danger or something. It's not like it's going to come out your door or anything.
No, I very much mean dangerous. Using that sort of stuff has already proven to be very risky. In fact, that's part of the reason why, again, the writer's strike even happened. Because
in what way was it proven risky?
Because they're
going to use it to train an AI chatbot.
Yeah, using that without your consent is all kinds of evil.
Technically,
it's evil. I'm saying it's not dangerous. It's not like
no, it is.
Putting yourself.
Well, dangerous. I guess jobs. I guess.
Yeah, if you're wanting people to lose their jobs, then yeah, it's very dangerous.
Wait,
okay,
how
the way that I and probably KW as well, based on the expressions he's making, interpret the word danger is like causing like physical harm.
KW doesn't even know what data scraping is. That's what she keeps asking. Data scraping is basically whenever I guess in this case a company or a person uses a software that you're using and just forcefully takes all of the information from what you've posted of some sort of a category, be it text or art, and feeds it into a long sheet of data, in this case AI.
Oh, okay.
And then uses that AI and then gives out that AI to free or to paid people to use instead of paying people.
Yeah.
Ultimately harming the job market.
Yeah, so not what I would call dangerous, but I would call it unethical.
No, again, that's dangerous if you're getting rid of jobs.
Lock you up in the broom cupboard. My, what excellent ad. Not really not in the script.
I mean, you probably shouldn't. I'm gonna be honest. You probably shouldn't be ad-libbing in this case because it's a play, and I think you would get in massive trouble, especially if it's like a licensed play from somewhere.
Cinderella is very much public domain.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, it depends on the play adaptation. Yes, the Brothers Grimm version, the base version of the fairy tale is public domain, but the very specific adaptations, very specific scripts of Cinderella are copyrighted, much like musical performances from specific groups or groups based off public domain stuff is still copyrighted by them because they performed it and
you're copyrighting the performance, which is so copyrighting a specific performance. That's normally where that comes in. What you're suggesting is like if there were different arrangements of it.
Yeah.
But if I were to be in charge of a school play where already the budget is tight to begin with, and I was using a public domain source for something, I would not use a script a version of a script that was copyrighted. I'd either find one that wasn't, or I would just like write it down myself because everyone knows the story of Cinderella.
Yeah, I would feel like if you're doing like a school plays and everything, probably would have wrote their own version just because.
Well, actually, most school plays license them out from Disney or somewhere or some other thing. In my experience, like we did Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in my like my high school.
What is that?
It's a movie.
Don't talk, Baby Bird. It's also
a musical. It's also a musical that very much has songs that would require licensing and therefore would have had license to use, and that's why it's a bad example.
But even if it is,
also I don't think it's is that public domain as a story because I'm not sure when that was written.
I don't think it is. Maybe
it was made in Let me double check.
It's like 1940 something.
Oh yeah, there's no way that's in public domain.
Oh, fun fact: Mickey Mouse just got in public domain.
Talk about it.
Literally everyone knows that. Yeah,
people have been messing with it, and I find it hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, there's already
okay, yeah, more specific. Yeah, 1958. No way. Bad example. So yeah, but also even worse. More specifically to what Aiden is saying, the version of Mickey Mouse as featured in Steamboat Willie, aka the earliest version, is public domain now. Just in case anyone gets any ideas.
Not the new Mickey Mouse.
I think Plain Crazy was earlier. I think that one came out a little bit before for a film festival.
Well, that one should be fine as well then.
I saw
someone made a horror movie of Steamboat Willie. It's so dumb.
They're making it.
I want to see a horror movie starring. I want to see a horror movie starring Julius the cat. It would make way more sense.
It's bold of you to think that anyone knows about the Oswald gang.
That Julius the cat was before. That was Laugh-O-Gram. That was before Oswald.
I know about Oswald. Like I'm studying Disney.
Yeah.
Well, that's Oswald the cat they're referring to, not Oswald the rabbit. Oswald the rabbit.
No, Julius the cat and Oswald the rabbit.
Yeah. But Oswald the rabbit is in public domain. He is owned by Disney.
Wait, is he not?
I don't think so. They literally had to buy him like a few years back.
They had to buy him back in 2003, so therefore they probably had to like realize yes.
It probably got renewed then. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, that's older than Mickey.
Yeah, no, I don't think Oswald is free.
I have the games with Oswald in it, and that's how I.
Yeah, those games scared me back in the day. I was like 10 or something, and I was terrified of Epic Mickey for some reason.
Same. They're not bad games. They could have done better.
They're not bad. They're all right, but like God, I was so scared, especially the first level with the Mad Doctor about to experiment on Mickey and all the goo monsters. Okay. God, that terrified me.
But by the way, Aiden, BB, we should definitely react to some more old Disney stuff on the Butter Bunch.
Wait, we could react to Steamboat Willie.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay, let's react to Steamboat Willie and then also a bunch of the adaptations at the same time. So we go cover those all in one go.
Okay, yes. we can do the sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that because I think everyone's seen Steamboat Willie at some point.
Yeah, I've vaguely seen it. I've really seen.
Bold of you to assume that our audience on the Butter Bunch haven't seen the stuff where we react to.
But they might want to see
reactions for our reactions.
No. Yeah, like I don't watch reactions for the experience of what they're reacting to. I watch it to see how they reacted to certain moments.
Precisely. So it wouldn't matter.
Well, no, it would because if we're not blind to it, it's not gonna matter.
Thanks, I got it from Miss Morrible.
Morrible?
Yes, Miss I don't. I'm guessing that's another character. I don't know. Well, why not? If Miss Romanza and Mr. Dramaticus can be a thing, I don't see why Miss Morrible can't.
I guess.
She said that to me today, actually.
Oh.
Get back to work and mop my floor.
I'm sorry. So are you talking? So I know I was mixing a bunch of stuff, but are we just throwing in Wicked in here?
Wait, is that from Wicked?
Yeah.
Oh.
Madame Morrible?
That is definitely copyrighted. Just saying. That is definitely copyrighted. That was made in like 2000. Jeez.
Good thing that's a teacher's name and not a name of a character in this play.
I forgot who she was, even though I have actually seen the live Broadway.
I can't wait for the musical to come out later this year. I'm excited.
I forgot that as well. Anyway, I don't pay you to do a half-decent job. You don't pay me at all, Steph. 2 for 2. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow.
Excuses.
Why is she laughing?
Because this is all ad-libbed.
No, I think what she's asking is why Ava's laughing, because Ava shouldn't be laughing. Mia and Jazz can do what they want in this case, but yeah, Ava's probably corpsing on stage right now because that's a thing that can go wrong in a play again, and they're rehearsing.
Yeah.
Good job, I've reached a port. Oh, probably also the port.
I said this is ad-libbed, so she's reacting in live time.
There you go. We just paused it before we got to the line. Girls, stay in character. It's a role play. Get into character. Never mind. Let's move on. Why, you are the most beautiful. James, that's not how you say your lines. Speak confident.
Why'd you cast someone who can't pretend to be confident?
Potentially because he did better in the audition. Sorry. Why, you are the most beautiful maiden here tonight. You are but a rose among the thorns that is this world.
May I have?
Yeah.
May I have?
James, you're doing it again.
Why can't the parents be nervous in front of the...
This is killing the romance. They're children! Miss Romanza, they're children!
Why did you say that earlier?
Yeah, well, I was in the chat. I was in the private chat.
Yeah, I didn't see you saying that, but anyway, whatever.
Again, I don't know what being children has anything to do with this. They're children that need to learn to get better, so get better.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the romance part.
Okay, so
yeah, what's your point? This is Cinderella.
Okay, so from the perspective of the fictional story of Cinderella, trying to be portrayed by the actors, but they need to get that right. The romance aspect from there correct. If we are implying that Miss Romanza just wants to see, a bunch of teens interpreting romance because that just fulfills her in whatever way, that's more concerning. We don't know which interpretation it is. Might just be that she really wants the characters to shine through. Please calm down, Miss Romanza. James is doing his best. That's sad.
Exactly!
Oh, is someone flustered? Okay, bring on the actual girlfriend. Let's get some inspiration here. Sweetie, it's not what it looks like.
You're acting.
She's backstage. She should see everything.
You're acting.
Why would she not know what this is? Does she not know what Cinderella is? Does no one know what Cinderella is?
We just have a whole spiel about public domain and such. Which, by the way, speaking of that,
Jacob, I have a confession. When I was playing Felix in the Moon Girl, I was flirting with Empress, who was Monet and your girlfriend at the time. Because there's no difference between acting.
Recorded through her eyes.
Oh, well, darn it! Darn it! I haven't been a character who flirted with many characters. Darn it!
I mean, I will say.
Listen, it's a character. It's a script. It's not actual flirting.
Yeah, I will say in one of Roxy's feeble attempts to make me jealous, she did actually try and bring up a couple of times oh, is this going to be a problem for you having me have to play the character who's married to one of Aiden's characters? I was like, no, I cast you in that role, so why would I complain about it? It's like if I actually cared as the director, I could do something about it.
It's literally scripted. It's not it's not like you're actually flirting.
Just because I could tell fact from fiction, especially when I made the fiction. Anyway, back to this. Yada yada. Well, duh, it's a play silly. I am very glad that Annie was not going to be the jealous girlfriend archetype just because of the romance aspect.
Go back to the orphanage, Annie.
And we got that joke again, of course. Oh, yeah. But don't worry, Honeycomb. Oh, I gotta remember that one for Geneva and Silas. I don't mind you cheating on me.
I'm not cheating.
Oh, by the way, speaking of public domain stuff, this music in the background is a remix of Green Sleeves. Just in case people are wondering.
Green Sleeves.
Yeah, it's a melody that I think was actually written by a king, not King James. I think it was Henry VIII. Oh, I'm just teasing. Oh, you're such a cute couple. Going to be encouraging. No drama here.
There's Susan. I don't know why I said that.
What's wrong with the name of Susan, Aiden?
There's nothing. I just wanted to say Susan like that.
Yeah, reminds Aiden of this character's sister, Karen.
Man, she really just has that she really has that if you had a dream sequence in a 90s or 80s movie about what a wife should look like, that's Susan.
Oh, maybe this was 1968 the whole time. Honestly, if that was a dream sequence from that era, she probably would be called Susan. There was a high chance, at least.
Susan was a popular name then, yeah.
That was indeed the joke. Yep. Good. I have something for you.
A diamond. I got a.
Yep.
A diamond. I bought you a diamond.
Doesn't look like a diamond, and also, even if you're looking at stereotypical designs, it's also not a diamond. That would be a ruby.
That's a diamond.
Nope, that's not a diamond.
It's a bright diamond. You know, there's multiple colors
That
of
is
diamonds.
a red diamond.
There are red diamonds.
Yes, there are red emeralds. There are red sapphires.
Yeah, I was gonna say red emeralds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's this is not a diamond.
No, there are red diamonds. I'm sending something in the butter bunch.
Are there red sapphires?
Okay, I guess I'm putting these on the screen.
Wouldn't that be against the whole point of? Because
that's a red diamond.
Well, I think that the point of like what gems are categorized as is based on the materials they're made of, not the color.
Right.
Well,
yeah, but the way we call color though is based off the color of the gem.
See?
Yeah, or at least the most commonly found ones. I think that's more of like a fault of a language rather than anything else. For some reason, this is a web file rather than a PNG.
I don't know.
So I'm not sure if it's going to show up on screen.
You don't have to
is
show
what I'm trying
to
say.
I was just pointing out to BB. Look, it looks exactly like that.
I don't even think is that even real.
I don't know, but it's still a red diamond.
I don't think that's a diamond. That doesn't look like a diamond. What are you talking about?
Okay, it does show up. It does show up. Here you go.
Red diamond.
That's the image.
That's not a diamond.
That is a stock photo. That's not real.
I like the implication that it can't be. If
most stock photos are fake.
It's a red diamond, guys.
That's what I was going with that. But yeah, let's go with that. That's not a diamond. That's a stock photo.
Aren't all stock photos fake?
No, they're not. They're real. The stock photos are.
They're all fake. Getty Images just wants to brainwash the masses. It's the new conspiracy theory.
You could technically, I guess, since we were talking about earlier, you could technically consider Steamboat Willie stock now.
Well, I mean, it's not real. I mean, it's just a
video.
It
was definitely a real movie at one point.
It's just a video. It's not real.
What?
Can I touch the video? I can't. Oh well.
I thought a stock photo means it's over edited, so it's not exactly 100% real.
No, it means it's public domain.
Or you have to pay for a license for it. Either way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can still use it. It's just we usually have like a watermark on it.
Okay,
exactly. Like Getty Images.
It looked fake.
Apparently red diamonds. What do you search up, Josh? Do red diamonds exist?
Probably, yeah. I mean, that gave you the results.
Wait, let me see.
Suppose
let me see
it
if
would.
I get...
That being said, I have heard of red emeralds. From what KW was saying before. I have heard of those.
There are multiple colors of each gemstone.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that red is one of those colors for a diamond.
But it's the shape I'm going off of.
Wait, actually,
wait,
I don't even think diamonds come in that shape in real life. I'm gonna be honest. I think those are only in fake diamonds, right?
No, they do.
Well, it depends. They can be cut into that shape. They don't have to be, but they can be.
This is a Google search. It says it's not a full thing.
Okay, all right. Here, I'll read it out. A red diamond is a diamond which displays.
I like how you can see that you didn't like actually read this because you didn't bother to cut it out. It's cut out in the end.
Yeah, I copy and pasted it.
And
I know you didn't read.
And exhibits the same mineral properties as colorless diamonds. Red diamonds are commonly known as the most expensive and rarest diamond color in the world. Explain why BB hasn't heard of them. Even more so than pink or blue diamonds.
I will say, now that I looked it up, I'm looking at them, and I'll tell you right now, what you sent was also not a red diamond. I'm looking at the textures, and that's not a red diamond. Your red diamond was too clear.
It said it was a red diamond.
It's wrong.
It's probably been purified. That's what they do with diamonds sometimes.
I'm looking at it. I mean, these are pretty. These are not as clear. They're like they're like the texture of like a horoscope or something, like a kaleidoscope.
Hi, Bon, and yeah, it doesn't be able to join today. Yeah, trust me, you don't want this.
Pop up. That's what happened. He was in the chat, and Jacob was like, let's just fight, and then because he's here.
And then we had a whole spiel about public domain and AI again. Not at the same time. AI first, then public domain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. A is arguing about this red gem here, saying it's a red diamond.
I mean, all we know it could be, but not specified. It could be red rind, all we know. Thanks, Mum, but I feel pretty confident already. I was going to tell a story about evolving a gem and theater, but I don't think I don't think it's worth it anymore. We just wasted so much time.
Really love the runtime.
Yeah.
The budget doesn't allow it.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that, love. This was actually your father's red gem when he was on stage. Remember what happened at the last school play, don't you? Oh, it's Holy Night. Took me a long time to realize that. It was a disaster. Yes, and you and your sister could have gotten seriously hurt. Can we see like a flashback or something, like one visual of that, please? I would love to know. Hold on. That's typical Jacob Butter stream. It's too bad though, because I was going to show off my new mic. Oh yeah, today just is mishap. That's a good point. Yeah, Bond's new mic was actually fake news yesterday. The real new mic, you want to see that on KW stream.
Fake news.
A couple days ago. Yes. I won't be able to join for a while after today, but no matter. All right. Look, darling, please just take the gem to make me feel better. If anything happens, you can use it as a helmet because the stage light falls on top of you. Alright, I guess it couldn't hurt.
Unless actually, that's quite
unless
sharp.
I happen to take it on stage with me. Yeah, I suppose it can't hurt. Ow, paper cut. No, but unless you happen to like take it on stage with her and it falls out, and that becomes like a whole issue.
Yeah,
I mean, first that goes wrong, so
sharp,
it's probably.
And it looks like it's probably decently heavy. I feel like you don't want that falling on your head, you know?
Yeah.
What
hard
is
to store.
talking about with big mouths? What big mouths?
Not really sure. These mouths don't seem like that large to me. Maybe they have been slightly resized, but I can't really tell. Yeah.
Yeah, these are mouths that.
Yeah, I think these were all designed to blend a lot. So they were brightened, and the mouths and the eyebrows were changed to match like the outlines of the rest of the characters, so that the faces also merge a bit more.
I kind of like it
before, and I have memorized it myself for Average Academy, depending on the character.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's not too bad.
Speaking of not too bad, what's wrong with you, Mia?
Remember, she's playing one of the ugly stepsisters who's not meant to look good.
Oh, were they meant to be ugly?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god!
BB, all this time talking about people who don't know the story of Cinderella well enough. Just
well, I didn't ever think they looked that ugly.
Have you not seen the original Disney?
Maybe because they weren't made up at that point, because it was a rehearsal and they weren't in costume. You know, could have something to do with that one, I guess. I don't think most school plays that happen to do plays that feature characters that are canonically ugly will actively choose students to based on their appearances.
Oh my god!
Or at the very least, they would not be like outwardly blatant about it.
They just be like,
there are some bad teachers out there.
Hey, Kendra,
yeah, I mean,
you look a little bit ugly. I mean, like, you know, like you kind of have a snaggle tooth. You kind of have like quite a lot of pimples. Like, I mean, you know, like you just kind of have what I think is ugly enough to be one of the uglier characters in the thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, or it's just like you see like there's 11-year-old girls like hello, I'm here to audition for Cinderella. Ew, no, get off! You're one of the ugly stepsisters.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're too ugly for this role. You need to be beautiful.
See, I'm looking at the actual like stepsisters, and I mean their faces are a little pudgy, but that's about it. But then I'm looking at the Gacha version. Something's wrong with Mia. Jazz looked fine.
When you say the actual stepsisters, are you referring to
the Disney version?
Okay,
yeah, that's about Brothers Grimm.
I mean, if we are to assume that they have not paid a license fee and this isn't based on the Disney version specifically, then they wouldn't have to let the Disney version, would they?
That's fair.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
'cause you got an
But
iPhone.
even if that is the case, why does Mia look so bad, but Jazz looks perfectly fine?
I don't know. Also, Bond, there is one point at a time where you couldn't get rid of that tab for a while. I know this because Apple products before, and for a while we
What are you
could
guys
not get
talking
rid of that until like the next update. So
Hmm.
depending when this came out or whatever, we could not get rid of that.
What are you guys
I love
talking
these like other.
What
I
iPhone?
love this like
the thing at the
phrase here
bottom.
from May here.
Yeah.
The problem is the problem. More philosophical words have never been spoken. A problem, there's a problem in my eyes.
I mean, okay, again, I've said this before, but I don't think default eyes are a problem. The only time default eyes, in my opinion, become a problem is if every character has default eyes. If 3 characters out of a cast of, say, 23 total characters has default eyes, that's not a problem. It's only a problem.
Same thing with casting.
It's only a problem if, like, say, 17 out of a cast of 23 characters has default eyes. Then it's a problem.
I will also put myself on charge here actually as well, and say like selecting the same shape of eyes as well for everyone, even if you had to go through the effort of putting them together, like with Eyes 4, like they did with Mutant Girl, is also not the best solution. It's slightly above default eyes for everyone, but it's not exactly the ideal.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's ideal to have everyone have diverse, different eyes. Like each eye is different eyes per character.
My character in Kalmai in the first season, Cassin, one of the bullies, he is wearing sunglasses. So I didn't really care to change the default eyes because I'm like, he's gonna wear the sunglasses most of the time. You're not gonna see his eyes very much. So I didn't really see the point of changing his eyes. That's not default eyes because he's wearing sunglasses.
I mean, fair enough, you know. Oh, fun fact: the Campe agents don't act. I have when I design them, I always remove their eyes. These are sunglasses are meant to be covering their eyes, so we actually never see the Campe agents' eyes. We only see the sunglasses.
I didn't like resize the sunglasses in that case.
And also you worked around, but like I said, there was before an update, this iPhone thing, it was there for all the time. Like they updated to where it doesn't be there all the time, where you can find workarounds, but before that it was always there most of the time.
I guess would it be there if it was if the image was slightly zoomed in? Would it come after after an edited video, or was it just if the screenshots were taken?
So if this was before the update, if you take screenshots, I think you can resize it or whatever to hide it or whatever. But if you're just taking screenshots and not resizing it,
yeah. So the real issue is the lack of resizing. Okay.
Yeah, it's the lack of resizing. So I guess you could make that as a sin counter, saying that they didn't resize it, to trying to hide this problem before the update where that came out.
All right.
So
new sin 4. Okay.
Also, just saying, what I would have did for Ava's outfit here is actually would have made it a shade of brown, because I feel like brown would convey more of a dirty feel for her outfit rather than the gray we have.
It depends. I mean, Cinderella gets her name from having to. Potentially, but then it would. Yeah, then stereotypically it would have been black rather than gray. Anyway, but for Cinderella, she actually gets her nickname from sleeping in front of the fireplace. So I guess maybe her the gray is meant to symbolize like the ash, the cinders that she's named after. Maybe.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been brown.
Okay, that too. Fine. Can you be any? Yeah, hurry up and I haven't finished. I can mend our dresses. Oh, so it's the same scene with the same type of problems. That is a little bit unfortunate. This is why it should have been like this could have been like the whole video could have been just the play, and we see the different things that go wrong, much like in the original play that goes wrong. We don't see the actors rehearsing beforehand. We just see them in the play itself. That's the setup for that. Yeah, I guess this is still slightly better than musical season 1 because we got to see the rehearsal for a scene. Kudos. There you go. However, we can mend our dresses. By the way, standard procedure if this happens on stage, subtly prompt the person to say the line they want to, or if they're really not getting it, say it yourself and then carry on the scene. Then they can do the rest of their lines, which they most likely do remember. And
it would be smart if Jazz tried to say something in the ballpark, like if she remembered like a handful of lines or like what she like the idea what she's gonna say, even if the line's technically wrong. If you keep rolling with it and pretend like you didn't forget the line, they won't know. The audience won't pick up on it.
It depends. The issue with that sometimes is that certain lines will be cues for people, and so they need to have like the endings match so that the prompt is the same. But then again, if someone gives you the wrong cue line, that's something you can also try to compensate for. It's a bit more difficult, but again, supporting fellow actors. Yeah. Also, the outlines for the skin for Ellie are so similar. Her crossed arms are starting to void. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Emerging. Oh,
why is there a word?
Yeah.
Hurry up.
I think that's for the next line.
Oh yeah.
Oh. There you go. You heard your far superior stepsisters. That was meant to be. It was just placed in the. It was too early.
Yeah. See.
You heard your superior stepsisters. I mean.
Okay.
The line technically still works.
It looks like it's been like rubbed out actually. So there was a different.
Yeah, I mean you can see the white on the black outline.
Yeah.
We got some.
But I don't even know what y'all are talking. I mean, I'm impressed that you think we're cool if you don't know what we're saying. I guess we're doing something right here.
Yes.
Thank you for the sub.
We review the gachas.
Bond,
we also make the gachas.
Bond, we got some editing bugs. I don't count it as an encounter just because if it's actually an editing bug where they tried to fix it before posting it and everything, and it was just keep glitching or whatever, that's not their fault. It's the editing software.
The real sin here is the fact that is the far was dragged to the wrong spot. I think it was timed accordingly, but then some event in the timeline from editing got moved, and because the far was on a separate layer, it was too early, and so it starts too early and fades too early, and that's why we have this gap here. Otherwise, we have the word far for the whole way through. There you go.
Yeah, that's the real thing.
I will say, I don't make gacha. I'm not part of that group that Aiden mentioned.
Okay, there was someone taking this encounter. Sorry, bro, but I'm gonna be realistic here.
The other three.
I want to be realistic.
Making bad sins.
Yeah, you're making bad sins. Sorry, Bon.
Bon,
we need to start a sin counter for Bon's sins.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Bon doing the sins.
Okay. All right. Now get back to work and mop my floors properly. Although, by the way, I will say,
why is there like
not a mop?
Well,
this is true.
Yeah.
That's true. The line should have been sweep my floors properly. You're right. I will also say the flooring is different, which means that must have been like placed down. This is where the budget went to.
Yeah, I don't like how the background isn't a stage. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like.
I think the background is supposed to be like. I think the floor's meant to be like laid on top of the stage.
Wait, what are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like because like a theater, in my opinion, you're able to get the illusion of scenes because all you have to do is put some cardboard or put some like wooden props in front, and then technically that's the stage, that's the background, and all
maybe
you need.
Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is all like a set decoration on cardboard, but it's painted to look like it's wooden flooring.
Yeah, that's what like. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I kind of wish it looked lower budget though, because then it would give more of a theater performance.
What really like throws it off for me as far as like the budget goes is the fact that we have like that we have like marble pillars. This could also be a decoration, by the way. It could be like a giant,
giant wooden
cutout, maybe.
Wooden thing,
it looks a little bit too shaded and dimensional for that to be the case. So it does look like it does look real, but then again,
unless they have really good painters.
Because what I think should have been done is like they make like a fake fireplace Like, just put a fake fireplace on the stage, and that's it. That's all they do. You know,
Or
and I feel like that would have gave theater vibes.
If you want this play to go wrong, have like that cardboard like fall backwards and just reveal the stage behind it.
Or alternatively, this is all entirely real, and they just have it all on like wheels or something. Right? They'll do that sometimes, where they like wheel it out.
The question would be where the wheels would go in that case.
On like the corners or whatever. And they can just like anchor it with the stairs that they'd have to be on to like climb up.
Potentially. If that were the case, you normally would get like a gap underneath that would symbolize that. But hey, maybe you just like tilt it slightly and then wheel it.
Well, I mean, there could be. What I'm like, we're only getting this shot. There could be a gap beneath it, and it's just not in frame.
Mm-hmm.
We would see. What I'm saying is that is with wheels, there's normally a gap across the entire thing. It has to be elevated off the ground in order to move.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that like the floor and like what in this background.
So that would be visible in the shot then.
No, what I'm saying is the floor and the background are connected to each other, and they just wheeled it out.
But they have to be on the stage.
They wheeled the floor on as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the floor could be like the floor could be like a mat or something that's attached to it that you're dragging. But I feel like dragging a mat around would be pretty hard.
Yeah. Also, attaching a mat to a platform is a bad idea anyway.
No, they do that all the time where they just bring it out in like wheels. They anchor with like a stair on either left or right side.
Yeah, normally what you would have with those is like if it's like if it's an elevated platform, so if you have like several layers trying to represent like, and there'll be like stairs from either side. What this looks like to me is the ground floor of the stage, because normally elevated platforms, especially in school plays, are much smaller than this.
Sure, I'm assuming this school's rich and cares about the theater program.
Okay,
I know
that is the most unrealistic thing I have ever heard. A school caring about its theater program? What school cares about its theater program?
None of the ones I've gone to, but like still.
Theme? I mean, there are theater-themed schools. Just saying.
You know, unless the theater program called
Hollywood Arts the whole time.
Unless the school's theater program's called football, yeah, they don't care. I swear. You know why? My high school literally spent a lot of money on a football field. And the next year was COVID.
They didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, but like they spent so much money on the football field. They spent too much money.
Okay, that's your school though, Wade, and there are other.
Yeah, I also feel like you're kind of like blaming
that
they had no control over. Apart from like if the purpose itself does seem very exaggerate. However, the justification that was bad because of COVID happening afterwards does not make sense, because they couldn't account for that.
Too much money in general on it. Listen,
there we go.
Support your local theater programs, because if the schools won't do it, you have to do it.
You assume that the school will use your money to support the program.
No,
right?
I said local, not school program. Local.
I've been in both situations. Actually, I've been in a public school in this country that does care about its program. It doesn't have like as many funds towards it, but actually,
Jacob, you're in Britain. Of course, they care about.
And I also have been in a private school in Spain that actively just did not have a theater program, and therefore had nothing to care about, even though they were getting funds from us specifically.
Wow.
Well, that's almost better than having one and then abandoning it, though.
Depends if if it's good, if it's better to have loved and lost than never have loved at all. Anyway, you don't pay me at all, stepmother.
No.
Do your job or I'll sell you to Krampus. I guess that is more time period appropriate based on the legends.
Fair, yeah.
I can't possibly clean the entire manor alone. I can't get rid of this watermark. Don't worry, Cinderella. We'll help you clean. I'm guessing. There you go. These are the. Oh, hey, look. It's one named after me. Oh, my dear animal friend, however shall I repay you? Yeah, you want to maybe want to bathe the animals first, so you don't leave paw prints around.
I got a question. Who's meant to be the green animal? Is that like a turtle?
I think I'm
That's a
guessing
frog, right?
based on
Frog?
I'm guessing frog based on the flippers.
Okay, I mean,
well, not just that, because the goggles though are like at the top where like a frog's eyes would be.
Well, I feel like okay, if it is meant to be a frog, what I would have made the lenses on the goggles yellow, because you could do that in Gacha. I would have did that because frog eyes are normally like this, like a light yellowish.
Depends on the
color.
frog, but yeah, I guess
Bond maidens are usually hired to clean a place.
Yes,
usually.
and also it was clearly established that she's not getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's basically a slave. I'm gonna be honest.
Like
I
even
thought-
to
I
this
thought I could-
day, I don't know even to this day, but like most of the time maids are hired to clean your place up and do your laundry and such.
Well, that's the job description of a maid. So yes, that is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like the girl's rabbit outfit. I think that's a cute outfit on her.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
cute.
fair enough.
Yeah, but she ain't no maid.
I'm
That's the
wondering.
whole
I'm wondering
point of
what,
Cinderella.
I'm wondering what
it's
Starry is
just-
supposed to be, because is Starry meant to be a bear? Because I would not want to bring a bear inside of
yes. No, she's the bear from from Goldilocks and the Three Bears. She's the baby bear.
But there's 3 bears in Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Which one?
Yeah, well, the other bears
He's
are going
the
to eat
baby
her
bear.
sisters. They're going. The other bears are eating her sisters.
I was going to say Starry was maybe a mouse, but I could be wrong.
He should be a mouse, but
No, that
Could be.
definitely reads as bear to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it reads bad. It could be mouse, but it does look more like
Wait,
a bear.
oh my
Yeah,
god!
more
I
like
have
a
a
bear,
theory.
yeah.
I have a theory. Starry is Empress's cousin.
Okay.
She's wearing a costume and also has regular ears, so
I know.
No.
No. Yeah, but she may know.
Also,
Again,
got
Bob.
Jack and Jill stuff too with a pale water. Everyone, stop combining public domain stuff. It's getting.
It's funny. We can have our own play. We can have our own play based off Once Upon a Time. The AB.
We have Starry, the
That would take too
off-brand
long.
Sprite. We have the water from Jack and
I was gonna
Jill.
play called
You
Into
see
the Woods,
Jacob over
based off
there?
the movie, so-
Jacob's the alternate version of the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. And the rabbit girl.
I mean, just be the Cheshire Cat. Alice in Wonderland is also public domain.
Oh yeah.
Be the Cheshire Cat.
Well, I was thinking because it was Black Cat, but you know.
Cheshire
Okay.
Cat's not even a black. Ay.
No, I know.
No, that's
because
why
there's a black
Aiden's saying
cat
it was
here.
inaccurate.
It was inaccurate because it's not purple.
Okay, this should be the review that goes wrong. Everything that we have said so far to everyone has been a comedy of errors. No one's on the same page today.
Listen,
This can
The right
only
rabbit
go
should be-
better.
The right rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. If we
give
really
us
want to go
chocolate,
down that.
Cinderella, and lots of it now.
Cats can't eat
Yes,
chocolate.
this is now that she's now being mugged.
And the cat is going to get sick and die.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not the line.
Shut up, kid.
Well, I mean, it's true. You got
Yeah,
Ja-
but
Jacob-
okay.
Jacob
Yeah, but
started-
this is
I
where
know.
you improv.
this is where
BB, you were literally played Pete. You're
There
ruining
you
the
go,
play.
this is. I was gonna say, milady. Methinks the house gone off script, but that works too.
Oh, I love that line, "Milady." God, I
Yeah.
can't wait for that remake. Can't wait.
Yeah, see, Pete in that moment tried to keep that to reel the play back in, but clearly Pop had other plans and was going to be sabotaged no matter what. That's why it didn't work. All right, got Cheshire Cat, White Rabbit, Baby Bear, Jack and Jill, and Frog from Princess and the Frog.
Just a frog.
Yeah, we can't say Naveen because that's Disney. Iron Henry, that's the original. Our lovely Cinderella, your smile is payment enough. Was that meant to be a thumbs up? Oh, okay,
Yes.
maybe not. Wait, where are those bubbles coming from?
Wait, what?
Good-
Bubbles?
Can you see the
What
chat
makes
bubble?
bubbles here?
Probably one of the children blowing bubbles behind the stage or something like that.
Dang, these children are ruthless for mistake line.
Oh.
And they're
What? Where they get the
mean,
bubbles.
fun. That is like true in real life, honestly. Like,
it shouldn't be. The entire goal is to
but I think it's funnier
happens.
having the children be, little brats.
Yeah, from plays that I have been in, with kids, most of the time in rehearsals, this will be how it goes, and they'll goof around and they'll like make ad libs that are not going to make sense. But when it comes to the actual performance, if someone messes up in that one, they will all just freeze and not know what to do.
Yeah,
until like prompted off there. That's why there's always like that one teacher going like, "This is the line. Say this. Do something."
No, like in when I used to go to elementary school for like in first grade maybe. When we did like this whole Arthur for the Arthur show, we did like a Thanksgiving play or whatever, and if I messed up something here or there, the kids would get so mad at me, and I'm just like, I'm doing my best here, guys. Even like the teacher.
They should do like a. Oh my god, this has brought me a genius play idea. Okay, yeah. So it's this has to be this has to be a young demographic. So I'm talking elementary, middle school kids. This is a murder mystery. And you treat it like a normal play, right? But if they get their thing wrong, then you get I don't know how you would do it. Maybe you can get the effects where it's like decently, I don't know. I guess it doesn't have to be like pitch black. But like you turn off the lights from them, and if they get their line wrong, then they just get killed. Not in real life, obviously, but like in the play.
Yes, in the play, yeah.
And so that like changes the direction of the play a little bit.
Potentially. I mean, the play that goes wrong was a murder mystery set. That was not how they decided who was going to die in it, though.
Oh no, Ghost Kitty, it's not technically fixed. So what happens? So for example, let's say if I turn
we have to turn on our cameras.
Yep. Look, I'm gone, never to be seen again, and then I'm back. That's the only.
I'm guessing it's a restream update. That's the thing. Restream will silently update itself. They won't like announce what's going on.
Yeah, it's not a bug.
That's kind of do it.
Yeah, it's not a bug. It's a feature.
Exactly.
Just like a lot of the stuff in Gacha, it's not a bug. It's a feature, guys. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Becoming like one of those elementary kids who forgot their line is a nice little feature they have going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Baby Butter got Mystery's murder because she said the wrong line, guys. Oh no, who is killing Baby Butter?
And it's
no. It's
not sound.
It's not said the wrong line. It's they didn't. It's that they they didn't say the line.
Yeah, they said a completely different line.
Well, no, I mean that's fine because then they're still going. I mean like if they freeze and they just get like swept off.
Yeah, which again has happened a lot more than in my experience. Also, they're also missing entrance cues. I'll never forget how one line from somebody was in the play that I played Jacob in actually. One of the people that the elder shoemaker which had said to his wife something like, "My darling wife, blah 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 blah. This is what's happening, Paul's situation, whatever it would be." Mm-hmm. At one point, what happened was because the wife was not on stage, so he just the lights faded up. And he was like, "My darling wife, my darling wife." You just hear, in comes the wife, out of breath. Everyone lost it. Well, everyone who was backstage at the time lost it, not and the audience. Okay. Also, but talking about this, yeah. Once again, I'm glad they didn't go down the avenue of jealousy. Because obviously, a lot of the time, in my experience, the actors actually, in deep awe and admiration of the backstage people.
I want to be a backstage person.
Really?
Theater production. I mean, I like to be on stage, but I also like being off stage.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Next play I do, I'll definitely play it. Okay, who put real soap and water with the mops? I did. I thought it'd be realistic. Yeah, so are the concussions you've all sustained now. Did I make it a bit too realistic? A single trickle of blood comes down from her forehead.
Yes.
You summoned me, mother? Okay, this is definitely the highest budget of all time. Like, that is definitely... They cannot get the shadows on that kind of floor with staged lighting. I call shenanigans on that one. There is no way. So they clearly have, like, either just, like, folded, like, sets or something like that, or...
Oh, they have, like, a projector on the roof, like, shooting down.
Wouldn't that also project the image onto the actors, though?
I don't know. Maybe there's a way to fiddle with it. I'm sure there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. They
have to do masking for every single time the kids move, so they have to remain perfectly still until the keyframes can catch up. All right. My son, I have an important matter to discuss with you. You see, I'm not getting any younger.
Oh my god. I need you to breed with a woman.
I'm guessing that they didn't have enough budget for like a huge makeup department, you know, because they spend everything on the set and costumes. And I wish for grandchildren to spoil. Okay, Queen Sylvana. This is not... Well, I mean, maybe it's copyrighted, maybe the performance is copyrighted, but the actual track itself, the actual composition is not. So I'm gonna hope that Miss Fantasia Gacha has not doomed me. Mother, son, don't argue with me. It's about time you settled down. Normally I would complain about the unconvincing response, but we always established that James is not the best actor, so it makes sense this time.
Also, copyrighted music.
Down and married. I just mentioned that. I just talked about that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was just excited by something.
Yeah.
I found out a YouTuber's cat had passed away just now, so I was checking in.
The cat in the hat died? What?
No, a YouTuber's cat passed away.
Oh.
A YouTuber that I followed.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say Mike Myers is fine, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
I was picturing just the actual Cat in the Hat. There's a new thing that's been released, and it's just showing the permanence and fleeting nature of a life.
That sounds like could be a lot of things, honestly.
Oh,
but it's the Cat in the Hat.
Well, I mean, the guy does do precarious stunts that require intense balance and concentration. One wrong slip and boom. So I guess in a way it makes sense.
Cat in the Hat, in the day it all went south.
The Cat in the Hat goes wrong. There you go. But with
it's just costumes, just kidding.
Court. I see.
James, this is a day and age where it doesn't matter who you're a man. It only matters.
I will say, you know, at least the Queen's being accommodating. It's like, not my Nathan Court. Okay. I have an idea. We shall host a winter ball, not a Christmas ball, and invite all the eligible maidens in the kingdom. Butler, who doesn't have a name apparently. Here, I'm your new butler, and I don't work for free. This kid wants chocolates. By the way, this is the energy I was trying to capture with Reina in the presentation. I am the spirit of Delphi. Or like yeet someone like, I tell you what.
What anyway. Is that cape on James? Is it a cape? I don't know. I just don't like those colors. And
yeah, well,
it is.
I honestly think they're
just royalty.
They're fake costumes. They're not supposed to be really realistic or anything like that because they're costumes.
Again, they
actual royalty had that. What do you mean?
What, baby butter?
The actual royalty had that. What do you mean?
Obviously, it depends on which royalty we're talking about, but for all intents and purposes, a lot of them did use capes back in the day. So there you go. Well, in fact, they still do, actually, coronation-wise.
I meant, like, it doesn't really as an anyone would wear that everyday day to life. That's what I mean by their costumes. Hence why maybe like the outlines doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it depends on if they had enough money left to custom make this stuff, or they had to reuse stuff from like a previous production.
I'm surprised they didn't just get the kids to make the costumes.
The kids don't even know how to what.
They were all busy building the set and getting actual suits of armor. What on earth is that kid doing? Is that the kid that was always throwing tantrums?
Why'd you even let the kid join?
Because
if you know that's how the kid works, why would you bring him into a crucially cooperative environment?
So what I think happened is, since Miss Joy is in charge of is employed by the secondary school, not by the elementary school. I think the idea is that this kid behaved during rehearsals. They heard that one kid was going to be problematic. They couldn't figure out which one it was. None of them showed any signs, and now here he comes with his moment. He's bided his time. He knows that they can't do anything now because this is the time for the play, and so he's going to get his just desserts.
Okay.
Chocolate specifically.
Okay.
Like about
that makes sense.
I hate these children. I'm like, welcome to elementary school. The kids are just annoying. I was annoying too when I went to elementary school. You probably would not like me in elementary school because I would just make a bunch of stories just to try and get away from bullies.
I just remembered. I just remembered one time Shorty asked me that if if we were the same age, would we have been friends? And I just went, probably not. Like, teenage me was not compatible.
Yeah, no, I made up stories just to try to get away from bullies and such. I thought like if I made up stories and pretended those are real, I would be the coolest kid around. No, I was just a big fat liar who just liked to play pretend.
That's a
I thought you meant like you were like weaving tales or something. Like it's like,
no,
you want my lunch money? Well, in the dark of the night, one day.
I was picturing a different thing than either. I was picturing going up to the teachers and telling them a story that would force you to get away. Like the dragon named Billy came over to.
No, I would.
It's like a huge metaphor. It's like the Hobbits, the desolation of Billy. I mean, Smaug. Yes, not based on anyone in real life.
I made up a story of the ghost of Michael Jackson came into my girl's bathroom, and hence why I ran back into class when really I just like being alone.
He might do that.
Oh my god!
On Epstein's Island.
Oh my god! Let's not talk about this now.
Yeah, this is the second time that you've gone in this direction in this stream, BB.
Please no.
All right, Mother. When did we get a talking cat?
Sounds in character. Whenever you entered a musical or play, it's not a musical in this version.
Didn't get the Disney songs. Mother, is this butler new? And where's the other butler who was also running onto stage right now and could very easily clear up this mishap? Why, yes, he's our new kitty butler. They're all the rage these days. I'm not a kitty. Kitties are for girls. Clearly, he was not happy with the casting either.
Did he not? Does he not realize what a baby cat is called?
Probably.
Don't.
Well, I don't think so. I'm a boy and I like kitty cats. The prince is right. Everyone loves cats. Don't we, audience? Boo! Get off the stage! Bring on the real butler!
You hear in the background, I'm allergic!
James and Daisy at the because they don't freeze things go by plan. Exactly. Oh, at one point, Aiden and I, and also Writing Outs, were going to do a series together, and one of the jokes that we had was about, I think it was like, it's like one of those like fake auctions that you do. It's like, oh yeah, you could they'd also like, spend spend a day with such and such person. It's like, this is the reward. And then like you hear like the joke was going to be that you hear like one audience member going, but I'm gay. Is it though?
The reason is because I just kind of spit fire. That's why you can't. I have a thought and I say it, usually. Yeah. That's why sometimes I let swear words slip, because sometimes I can stop myself, but other times I just go and then I realize, wait a second.
Actually, I know.
Based on yesterday, Bond, it doesn't matter, because when you and I are on a call together, we still say the same things at the same time.
I know for a fact that I have met a few people who are allergic to like fur, but they still like animals who have fur. Like they said, "Oh, I wish I could have a cat, but I'm allergic to it."
Here's the thing, man. I don't separate humanity from other animals very much, except that I tend to like other animals more.
That's already a separation. Okay.
Yeah, the difference though is that other animals aren't going to send missiles into people's homes and slaughter them for the sake of political gain.
Yeah, they'll just bite you. Much simpler.
Yeah, at least then it's a little more personal and not just, hey, let's just slaughter a couple hundred people. I like a personalized card of hatred.
I see. Continue.
But no, I don't tend to separate them too much, which means I take a good amount of acknowledgement in the sentience and feeling and thought that are present in animals that a lot of people don't. So I like animals and I like cats.
Writer.
I like cats in the sense of like they're living, breathing creatures that have emotions and opinions and thoughts. I'm not any less allergic to them, though. I still don't necessarily want to be around them.
Yeah, there's a YouTuber that I follow called Lana Louise, who used to keep rats and talk about like rat care videos and such. She's allergic to rats, so she does not make those kinds of videos anymore.
Yeah, like I like cats. Really, nothing against them in a general standpoint. I just don't want to be hugging a long-haired cat, though.
Yes.
They're gonna give me hives.
A room full of rats. That's gonna be sneeze.
I do know
for different room with more rats.
I don't know this is all the time, but I know that there is a little bit of a scientific proof that if you raise certain kids and are around like fur or anything like that, that is like a common allergy, they won't not necessarily have that allergy or not as bad of an allergy. I think actually MatPat has talked about that he was once allergic to cats, but ever since he got a cat with his wife and everything, he's not allergic to cats anymore.
Oh yeah, that's the same.
I wish that had worked out with Lauren then.
Yeah, that's the case for most things. Like I think sort of like famous example.
Well, it depends on the allergy, because like I feel like with some allergies to certain animals, it's not as severe, so you can eventually have the animal around and build up a tolerance. But I mean, like for example, some peanut allergies are so severe, even the notion of touching a peanut can break you out in hives. So the idea of being like, oh, you have a severe peanut allergy, but if you just casually touch peanuts every once in a while, it'll go away. No, it'll just kill you fast.
Well, no, I mean, I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could get a tolerance, but who's going to get 0.8 grams of peanuts to swallow every day just so they can get that immunity,
Actually, you can actually build up immunity to stuff like peanuts and stuff like that. That's what I just said.
What BB has asked just now is not if it is possible, but why would someone put themselves through that?
Yeah, and even now, like
I said, comedy of errors. See what's happening here, audience.
Even for instance, long-haired cats, right? I'm not as allergic to them anymore, but I still can't be around them for a very long period of time. I used to be worse, but being around them has kind of forced my body to acclimate a little bit more. It's like that famous example of like that one emperor king or whatever who just kept on taking poison, so that way no one could poison him. And it worked.
Exactly.
Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, if you end up being like mauled by cats as your cause of death, we'll know that didn't work out.
Yeah.
If only I had sneezed, I would have known they were coming for me.
No, I still sneeze. I just don't get as much hives, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not as sniffly with cats anymore. I used to be very sniffly if I'm around cats, but not as much anymore.
The prince is right. Everyone loves cats. I hate kitties.
Dang.
Oh!
I don't even blame her at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this child's a demon.
Yeah. If you're actively sabotage again, like I said before, if you're actively sabotaging the play, you can see it happen. And
this is the point, and James is still in character, but James, this is at a point where James should be like, "That's it. I need to get the cat exterminator." And call out for the exterminator.
Backstage people should just like come and just like pick him up and like carry him away in one arm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
they're just going to be like, "Oh yeah, sorry, our cat got into the castle. We're just here to escort him out."
Yeah, like that's probably what actual standard procedure would be, right? Like, hey, I need a cat exterminator, and the people in the back just like nab him and go.
The slap should have gotten me, but when I heard the slap and everything, I was just like, "Oh, okay, we can actually hear the slap."
Yeah, sound effects. The one sound effect of this entire video. Young butler, your behavior is inexcusable. If you don't change your attitude, I will throw you in the dungeon. So you're gonna start. 3 for 3. Okay, then we do have some more sound effects, which I think.
Oh, there's the exterminator.
I think it's their own Foley. Yep, the exterminator. Are you alright, mother? I'll never complain about Starry again, which does not make sense for the audience. I'm guessing that some of these characters, like Starry, are probably like regulars on this channel. I just don't know about the lore behind it. But yeah. Anyway. Oh, I wish.
Yeah, the Gacha lore is intense, you know.
I wish I could go to the ball too. It's just not fair. Poor dear child, harmed by those who should love him.
Okay.
No. Oh my god.
What just happened? What just happened?
I mean, it is very possible to do a flash effect on a stage. You can do that. It's not unheard of. However, what is unheard of
Hallelujah.
is a person coming down from above, like floating with no string.
Well, again,
like,
they're
probably invisible.
Yeah, like there could be string.
Yeah, like okay, honestly, even Sunny in Secrets of the Plex like has to like show there was a string there. That was one of the details to catch. This one, how do you get invisible string like that? We're in a close-up shot here.
Oh, that's fair.
We should be able to see at least something. Maybe even like the dent of a harness, if nothing else. And also, the descent would not be that quick. Anyway, don't worry, Charlie, your fairy godparents.
The problem with in my opinion, with this whole theater production, the way they're the way the video is produced, is they forget it's a theater production in universe. It's supposed to be a theater. You have to do stuff that's able to do it done in theater.
You could do all of this in theater. None of what we've seen is impossible.
Oh yes, the floating person with no wires who suddenly teleports in with a flash.
They could have wires and we just don't see them.
You can show wires! It's just a string! You draw a string!
You can show wire, but the wire isn't supposed to be shown in an actual production.
Annie, look at the screen! She is doing the string thing! Sure, it doesn't look right.
There's still no string attached.
We can string that's a shuriken colored brown.
Then it's
a shuriken colored brown.
Then it's good string, okay? The only thing that's bad about this is Jacob's point, which is like, oh yeah, you can't come down that quick. You're breaking something.
Just saying.
And also the budget, like the budget of like no school has this amount of funding.
Again, we are assuming you're still right, but we are assuming this is a school that cares about the theater.
Even if it cares about theater
and has money to burn. My second school cared about the theater, and we didn't have that much to use.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this place has some good backers.
Like, listen,
the stockholders are in.
Maybe it's a private school that's mostly about
Even
theater.
if it's a private school about theater, they wouldn't go this hard. This is like they're making a movie. They're not making a movie.
I even thought that maybe they're in Hollywood.
Why would they be? Why would it matter if they're near Hollywood?
You know, KW's brought up an amazing point. No one's brought into the consideration. Maybe this is a college.
I'm pretty sure if they were in college, they would state they're in college and not make the characters look so young.
You would think that they would also state that they're in middle school if they're in middle school, if they're in high school if they're in high school.
As someone who went to college for drama and made play while there, I can confirm we do not have access to giant sets and invisible string.
Maybe this school does.
Yes.
I clearly went to the wrong college. Oh,
yeah, you. Speaking of burning money, look at you, Jacob.
This is stupid. It's not. You're not portraying this correctly. It's a stage production. If in the Mutant Girl remake, we just completely remodeled the stage, every other scene, we put in stuff that was unrealistic. If we put in a freaking working car that drives around with a motor where we heard it drive around.
Actually, that's not that. That might be the easiest thing that could have happened in this one. I'm gonna be honest.
Listen, I'm just
if you just like move the camera slightly up, you can say that people are doing like Flintstone style, and it's like and just have the sound effects.
This is stupid.
It's not the hardest thing in the world to make it look like you got a working car, you know.
Poor Ada, do you need another internet hug?
Yes. This is dumb.
But it's possible.
No, it's not!
It is, though. It is. You could do it.
Oh, yeah, you could do it if you got a Hollywood-style budget. You know, I forgot that.
That's what I said!
That, you know.
Well, then maybe they have a Hollywood-style budget.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. You tell me.
What?
As I said, the shareholders are in, baby. The shareholders are in.
Okay, Josh has checked in what I said before. These characters are regulars on the channel. All the Gacha mini movies are connected. Read up to this video you're watching right now. So
they lead up, implying that this is like the crossover epic that they've been building up to.
Not necessarily a crossover. It's more like they have regular characters that appear in everything, rather than like the characters were introduced separately and then they came together for this, or maybe they did,
or maybe several regular crossovers. Who knows?
Yeah, my guess is that they're just like the same reoccurring people. That's more common for Gacha. And you got it. Now we see what's happening. Oh, there we go.
Is this gonna be the kid?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
okay.
it is.
No, it isn't.
Fairy godparent, are you okay?
I thought they just flung the cat kid.
Now someone's gonna trip. Okay, thumbs up. Could have done with a close-up, but oh well.
Oh yes! They completely remodeled the stage! Again!
They can do
and
that,
the ground! They even changed the ground to tile!
They can do that.
They did that for the palace room as well.
Again!
They can
this
switch
is the third time!
Again, they can switch the tile pretty easily. Now, if they wanted to do just the background, that'd be even easier because then you can just flip the thing around.
Listen to me. When you do theater, what's very important with theater is that you have quick and easy stage transitions.
This is quick and easy. Just wheel it out of the way and bring it in.
Just wheel the floor. Everyone go off stage, including the actors, to wheel it off stage.
Yeah.
That's what they do!
It does happen sometimes, but it is discouraged. I will say that much.
Yeah, like, again, you're changing the floor and having the backgrounds be so intricate.
It's like a last resort situation.
This is dumb. It's not a theater production. This is just a movie set.
It's a theater production with the budget.
They're quick and easy transitions. Oh, we need to change sets. Okay,
these are easy transitions. Just move them. Just wheel.
Yeah, I think what B was saying as far as like the background goes, flipping the two of them around if they were like on the same like set or something. I would also have suggested maybe they were like would like lower them from the ceiling actually, because we've seen 3 backgrounds so far. Because the suit of armor one, that was a different courtroom.
Oh yes, and they're gonna lower the floor from the ceiling too, right?
They could.
No, that part I can't really say. That part I thought was like would have been cardboard. But maybe not. Maybe it was a platform on wheels the whole time.
It would be so
a gigantic platform with
a giant platform
Yeah.
with wheels. Do you know how dangerous that would be for the actors walking on it?
I do.
It would wiggle constantly.
That's why you have to have the stairs on the sides to anchor it down.
Then how would you move the stairs constantly?
Okay, the stairs are not usually what anchors a platform down. Usually the wheels will have brakes on them that you step on. That's the normal way that you would do that.
This is not how theater production works. Even Broadway doesn't go this hard.
They could though, man. Maybe they're missing out.
No, they couldn't.
I have seen some West End productions that have indeed that they've gone this hard, but it depends. Like normally, like I remember one of them was like had like a revolving set with a rotating platform. And again, not in a school.
The only time the floor would realistically change, and if they were willing to go the extra mile, wouldn't be in between scenes. No, it would be after the intermission. But we've already seen the floor change a total of 3 times, meaning and those scenes were very close together. Therefore, they're not using intermission to change the scenes.
We might be jumping around in time. Oh, at least I would have thought so anyway.
Yeah,
because we see
there's only one intermission, and we already seen the floor change 3 times.
Yeah, I thought that I'd be up in the middle of scenes, but then I just realized this is probably like custom written by the teachers, so they most likely don't have the segues properly.
This theater setup is frustrating. Listen,
no, it's fancy.
No, it's dumb!
This will be just to be taking notes from this Gacha video. Yeah, of what not to do.
That's the moral of this story, yes.
Theater is written in a certain way to fit the medium. The way you fit the medium is... Okay, when you write something, you have to write it for the medium you're in. And if this was actually in the script, yes, in a highly detailed castle with marble floors, no theater production, regardless of high school, college, or Broadway, would do this constantly for every other scene.
In theory, you can write that stuff down, but in reality, because obviously different theater companies will take the same script, they're not all going to follow it to the letter. Some adaptation, even with licensed plays, some adaptations allowed. Normally, what they care about a lot when there's license is about the text and the music involved. Usually, when you talk about like sets and stuff, they give you more leeway, and it's usually not described as much in the text.
This is dumb. This is dumb.
How many times are you gonna say that, Ada? How many times are you gonna say that?
Till BB stops trying to be like, oh, it could make sense.
But it
could make sense if they had $1 billion budget. You're so right.
Well, then maybe they got $1 billion budget.
What?
Okay, we've cleared this up now. Continuing.
Also, by the way, I just want to say I never write things for the medium. I do it the other way around.
That's a terrible idea, then.
What do you mean the other way round? The other way around is just not doing it.
No, I write things and then I decide on the medium.
I write the medium for the things.
Well, no, because I just make the thing first and then I decide on the medium way later.
Yeah, that's not a great.
Okay, that kind of works too. I guess if I'm guessing that Rip in the Dark particularly was TTRPG inspired, and therefore you knew what.
No, Rip in the Dark was the TTRPG was like the 4th or 5th iteration.
Okay then.
Yeah, for a while it was going to be a Minecraft roleplay, and then it was going to be a book, and then it eventually became a TTRPG.
Okay then.
Jacob, I wouldn't say you're a great example. You're like, oh, I'll do these swimming scenes. It'll be easy. And here we are.
That's not me not writing for the medium.
It's you writing too much. Listen, I'm just saying you gotta write.
Yeah, like a lot of the time when I write stuff, I've said this many times before. Most of the time when I write for Gacha, in fact, all the time nowadays, most of the time back in the day, but all the time now, I have a solution in mind for how something can be done. If I didn't think it could be done in Gacha by anyone, I wouldn't put it in.
Yeah, I mean, Jacob's
in a... when I don't know how to do a visual myself and it falls onto me, because like an editor can drop out or something, or I feel like it's more difficult than I thought, or an unexpected problem arises, I go and find a solution. I discovered masking because I accidentally keyframed I said the chroma keyed Pete's shirt out in the previous remake last year, and I couldn't fix that. I couldn't I didn't have time to go back. So what I did was I looked up a solution for that. I saw how you could change the hue on something if it's masked correctly. I realized I could apply it to basically everything else, and now I can write for masking.
I will say Jacob's in a specific situation because for season 1, I would have just written and then decided the medium, but because we're multiple seasons in, now he has to write for the medium. He's kind of been cornered by that fact, but...
Even then, I knew the musical was going to be a Gacha series the whole time because the story beats were dictated by the fact that a lot of them were tropes of versions of Gacha stuff in a Gacha medium, so I knew what I was getting into go ahead of time.
That's fair. I don't... Yeah. I just don't like doing medium first.
I would have done what Aim did for Heartpoint Family Farm, actually, and reduced the number of characters per scene to account for the actors I would need to be involved there. Because I wouldn't have had enough people.
Yeah, I just don't like doing that because I like writing as if I could do literally anything at any time with no limitations whatsoever. And then once I'm done writing, I'm like, okay, what actually works for what I've done here?
Yeah, but then you get all these fun ideas that are really cool, but then it's like, oh wait, this is actually gonna be extremely challenging, if not impossible. And
what do you mean? That's what Rip in the Dark is. Do you think what I do on there is easy?
Here. Actually, Aiden, BB has the advantage with her method over ours, because actually with ours, we can come up with ideas, and if there's something does happen to be impossible, then we can't put it in. BB, on the other hand, can choose a medium that would work for her idea, and that way can actually implement it.
Yeah, plus difficult writing process. Not stop me. Like, Rip in the Dark is not an easy thing to make. Like, yeah. And I don't just mean motivation. I mean there's stuff that I learn like while I'm editing things, because I'm like, there's a lot that I want to do with it, and it's not the easiest thing in the world. It's a little bit money consuming as well. But
in the entirety of the Mutant Girl, I have not stopped learning about new editing techniques. I watched Afmau's Gacha videos. I realized that Gacha could actually have animated mouse and poses, and I could use running and stuff. And I was like, okay, how do I do that? All I've seen in Gacha so far are screenshots. How is this done? I looked it up and I figured it out. It was not the best at first. I perfected it later. So once again, I knew there was a solution even when I was writing the script.
Yeah, for me, it's very much like it could be impossible, but I'm gonna make it possible. I'll figure out a way.
I prefer learning at my own pace and not forcing myself into any particular position, because then I end up stressing myself out and not wanting to do it, and then it kills my motivation, and then that ruins everything for me.
I'm not saying don't learn at your own pace. It's not like I'm innovating new ideas for every single edition of Mutant Girl. But sometimes in a moment I can be looking at I can be watching a nostalgia critic riff of Mickey Mouse and the Mad Doctor, and an analysis later on Dark Toons, and I can realize that Disney embeds a bunch of stuff in the foreground. I think, oh, I can put that into the scene for into the lab scenes for season 2. And that's why I had the custom background for the lab for a year, sitting in a Vegas project until I had to use it for the next time it was around.
Yeah. In fact, there was an idea I had, and I had it for a while, but now I finally got to the point of wanting to do it. Whereas at that point where it's going to be handy, I learned how to use Audacity yesterday. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. There was because there was an idea that I had, and I was like, I've messed around with before, but this was the first time I really like dug in, and I started like I played around with like 5 different things, and I just merged it all together to make the result I wanted. It took a little bit. It was a little bit tedious, but I wanted to do it, so I figured out how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's could probably help you with audio editing anyway for Rip in the Dark.
I like keeping it all in one thing, but there was a specific effect I wanted around the end that couldn't be done. Yeah,
that checks out. I only crank out Fire Alpaca in very specific situations.
Yeah, there was some production value stuff that wasn't going to work in the actual in my normal editing software.
Yeah. Which again was another thing I had to do with Fire Alpaca last year. I learned about that because I knew that if I wanted to do like if I wanted to improve on the effect from the clock like falling down, like Pop's dresser falling down, I had to like step it up and realize that I guess I'll use an art program for this.
Yeah, I will say
it took me 4 years to get to that stage. So talk about learning your own pace.
Speaking of learning at my own pace, it took me like 10 minutes to figure out what I was doing wrong in Audacity because if you click it's not the most user-friendly thing in the world because if you don't know what you're doing, what's going to happen is you're going to click something and you'll end up setting a looping region by complete accident. And I was like, no, stop, move forward, please. I want to see how this looks in the final version. Stop looping after like 2 seconds in.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because what I was picturing, right? Because this is the way my editing software is, right? You have that line that shows where you are in the actual like tracks, right? And if you drag it back and forth, that shows where you are in the actual thing. But in Audacity, if you go above and you scroll back and forth,
yes, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
But if you scroll back and forth around the top, you're not grabbing around the track area. What you're doing is you're setting a looping region.
Yeah. So, yeah, with Audacity, you have to like scroll underneath it, in case anyone is wondering. I know you know that now, people, for the audience, in case they're wondering. Yeah. All right. Anyways, Your Highness, welcome, honored guest. To the oh, now it's a Christmas ball. It was a winter ball earlier. Grateful spirit, Your Highness. Allow me to introduce my only daughters. I love how you specify that.
My only daughters. I have no other daughters.
In the slightest that you say only daughters.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because then it's like only. Like, dang.
Yeah. Oh, they seem nice.
Okay, I feel like this is partially derived off the Disney scene, where I think he's like, oh, they're nice, but I feel like they should be doing something kind of obnoxious, maybe like I think in like maybe like a Disney scene or somewhere, like they're like slapping each other, like trying to like push themselves in front of each other, be like, "Hey, Prince, notice me!" No, notice me. It's just like they're like pushing.
Oh, this is inspired by the Disney version, but you're also supposed to take more inspiration from Disney.
Nah, I mean, I think like they seem nice. I feel like it would have been. I feel like if they were doing something obnoxious with each other,
it would have magnified it. Okay,
it would be like they seem nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just nice.
Yeah. That is also.
I think what he means is like nice visually in this case, but actually like to emphasize that further, that would work.
Yeah, I will say that's one of those things where in a medium, and I don't even remember how the Disney movie did this, to be honest. I'm just spitballing, just for the point. In like a movie, right, you can have the angles do it, and then it's like, oh, okay, so you can see where they get like mean vibes. In a play, it's like, well, you don't have the music in the background, you don't have the sound effects, you don't have the specific camera shots in the tracking. You can't do all that.
Which is again an example of what Aiden was saying before about writing for the medium. You would put those directions in a screenplay, but not in a stage play.
Yeah.
Well, can't you see how ravishingly beautiful they are? I knew it was a visual thing. Well, if you weren't the prince, I'd say you were a blind half-wit.
Okay, yes, insult the prince. Yeah, no, I'm sure he totally won't be willing to execute you later.
This is this is going to go very well. Trying to put your daughters out there, set them up on a hot date, and this is not the way to go
insult the
about
prince.
that. Yeah, if you're trying to set someone up, don't insult the other person. Come along, daughters. He'll come crawling back soon enough. It's not like there's like literally the rest of the population to talk to.
Also, I don't know what it is about this fellow in the back with like the orange hair. I don't know if that's. I don't even know what gender they are. To be honest with you, I don't know that it matters. They are. I don't know.
I think they're meant to be a girl.
What point are you trying to make, BB?
That they're attractive.
Oh, okay.
That was not where I thought you were going with that, but all right. That's a first from you.
Man, that's
usually Gacha can't do it. I don't know if it's the hairstyle, if it's the hair color. I don't know if it's the outfit.
For gingers, you know.
But something about this fellow is decent looking.
We're gonna dress Phoenix up like this at some point. Anyway, in comes Ava. Good evening, Your Highness. Thank you for inviting me.
Inviting you personally?
I guess because the fairy godparent got injured, they skipped that entire scene.
Now, this person on the left, however, is just terrible. Look at this hair. Look at the hair. You can see
it looks like a mustache that's been like glued in the wrong place.
Yeah, look,
to me, it's like a ribbon made out of only hair.
You can see like the ball part of like the hair and everything. Like they didn't.
Like I think it's meant to all be one piece, but because you can see that tiny little pinch of skin at the top, it completely ruins it.
It's like a Ryan George sketch where the fake parts of the character will fall off as the scene continues. Mainly mustaches, but other stuff sometimes. Anyway, wow, you're the most beautiful maiden here tonight. I will say, James has come through in his acting here because he's able to make himself blush on command. That is a level of control that only Christian Bale seems to have. I've been kidding. Christian Bale can make himself sweat on command.
Oh, that's kind of concerning, actually. How do you train yourself to do that?
Oh shoot! Dang it! If his name wasn't James or anything like that,
I mean,
if they didn't have like any names or anything like that, I was gonna say.
Actually.
I would have said, "Oh my god, what if this kid right here is gonna be Christian Bale?"
Oh my god, he actually is gonna be King James in a couple years.
This was the origin story of Christian Bale as an actor.
No,
okay. Wait, this is the second time this has happened?
Yeah, when was the first?
I don't know. Anyway. So romantic, and James is much more confident now. And he's like, he's thinking of me. Oh my goodness! I don't pretend he's talking to me. I'll give myself 3.5 for that. There you go, 3.5 now.
If I
Jacob, stop using your psychic powers. God.
I didn't mean to.
We all know you have prediction powers somehow.
Okay, so apparently Bond said that if I recall, Baby had a thing for Skrill when she was the origin. She didn't call him a child, she called him a hot and flirted with him a bit.
Oh, okay.
I don't recall this at all.
I'm going to rewatch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's so many reviews I don't recall what happens in like most of them specifically.
I watched that a bit of it, and I don't remember Baby Butter doing that. Oh, see,
well, I remember all the jokes about like KW and Niall, but not ones about BB and Skrill.
Don't talk about.
Yeah, I don't know. This is
This is the way to get your list down to 2 guests. That's how you get 2 guests for the 3. All right.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Anyways, I told him to pretend he's talking to me. What a surprise. Oh, really? Well, it's certainly working like a charm.
Oh, see, that's how he gets the blushing. He's probably just picturing his actual girlfriend.
That is literally what they just said. You and James have something I've been looking for.
Oh, they weren't talking about the blushing though. That's the.
Oh yeah, okay. You and James have something that I've been looking for years. You mean you're looking for years, right?
Are you supposed to be telling kids this?
I said earlier there's something questionable about her, but okay.
Yeah. Looking at this now, she definitely seems to be like vicariously living through.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Maybe you were onto something before, Aiden.
Never lose sight of it, my dear. Never lose sight of the English lexicon, please. May I have Annie? I mean,
that I've seen that a few times now in reviews, and it never looks good, ever.
But that shoe does belong to my daughter. I can't remember which one. But that's
I know this one. I know this song. The God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen.
Indeed, yes. Also, both the daughters are like still wearing both of their shoes. So, not good planning there.
They could own multiple shoes.
The point is that you're a futureless nincompoop. I don't think that's how you spell nincompoop.
I wouldn't know.
Pretty sure it's like con rather than Ken, like C-O-N. Anyway, and you won't get any presents for Christmas.
Who are you, Santa Claus?
Who knows? They're dead the whole time. Oh, Dolores unpretentious the chat.
Look, madam, if there are no other maidens in this household, then I must be off.
I still have no idea what your gender is.
I think it's meant to be a girl, but that.
I was gonna say guy.
Wait, no, Aiden, you're right. She said, "Please, miss."
Okay.
So it's a girl.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I saw the boobs. That's why I assumed.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
I saw.
I can't make that out on the screen.
The shirt
No,
has
what
the boobs.
are you talking about?
The shirt has the boobs. That's the boob vest.
Are you talking about the pockets on the?
Oh my goodness!
On the tux?
Okay, I'm going on full screen just to settle this debate. Yep, they're there. Exiting full screen. Continuing. Please, miss, I was at the ball too. But she. Anyway.
I love how it's
What is she doing here?
Yeah. What my daughter is trying to say is that girl is lying. Why you always lying? Yeah, Cinderella went to the ball. And besides, she's a scullery maid. She's hardly eligible.
Dang. Classist much?
Yes, Aiden, that was part of the story.
Yeah.
Well, better
safe
than sorry. Miss,
This is my side very well.
the shoe.
I kind of like this remix too, by the way.
Yeah, I just realized that nothing has gone wrong in this play for a considerable time now. It's been like smooth sailings for most of this. Okay, now the thing.
Your Highness, what are you doing here?
Did someone put a spider next to him or something?
How is your coattail moving like that?
Oh, okay. Nope, they put a child.
Oh, I hate this.
They put a child next to
Why is there a demon child?
I don't know
Why
what
is
you are, but I
Satan's
don't
baby!
want you on screen.
Why is the child walking in like this? What is this?
This is like Bellora's things. She's a mini Rena.
Yeah, the mini Renas.
Mini Rena stole the red diamond and is walking around, is just running off with it. Your Highness, I've stolen the diamond. Take it and go. The heist is complete. Let's go.
Oh dear. My lucky gem.
Which would be an actually fantastic version of this story. I can now picture like a version of Cinderella, except the prince is just like trying to go on a heist to steal the slipper.
I mean, I guess this prince would have to recover it, maybe? I don't know.
That is literally what I said would happen whenever it was first introduced, when she was like, oh, it's not that dangerous.
Yep, I thought it was good. I thought it could have served as a helmet, but instead became the hindrance. Yep. My head, what happened?
You died.
Oh, Honeycomb, you're awake. It was that nasty doll, remember? Doll?
Doll? Dang.
It was a mini arena, okay.
How would a doll throw a gem?
How would a doll waltz onto a stage like I demonstrated earlier?
I guess it could be like a wind-up doll, but even then, why would a doll...
I mean, the mini arenas, their whole thing is like just going dancing in a circle. It's like all they do.
That was a straight line.
Okay, technically it's all we see them doing movement. They also do other things, but they're always doing it kind of like in the blink of an eye, so who knows?
Is the doll alive? Maybe this was like
it's a possessed doll. It's Chucky's cousin.
Maybe it's part of the extensive lore of this channel. Maybe this is if we get to like see the Miss Fantasia cinematic universe to get that.
Oh, maybe there's like a super villain, and like super villains have like super villain themed minions. Maybe that's like the themed minions.
So that's the gimmick of the villain.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
Did Boss send you guys anything? Because they sent me something in the DMs.
No.
Oh wait, I do have a ping. Yeah, actually, wait.
They said they were going to send an image on earlier that I. Oh, they said they were going to send the clip. I'll put that on the end of the stream.
Okay. Yeah, I cannot watch it right now, to be honest, because I'm in the stream. So I'm like, that's why I asked you guys if you got something.
Yeah, no, I do got it. I wasn't looking at Discord at the time, but now that you mention it, yeah, I do have it.
All right. Yeah, that thing came out of nowhere. That was a really interesting play.
It was terrible.
It's still going. It's the play's continuing.
Oh my god! No wait, this is just a part of the play.
They recruited the.
I love that side comment, just so matter of factly from Aiden. Man, that was a really interesting play. It was terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, no one can deny that. You were the best prince. What? Nah. I disagree.
Oh, everyone's still in costume. How long has he been knocked out? I thought he was knocked out for hours.
A couple. Well, I mean,
I guess he's been knocked out only for like a few minutes.
Well, he could have been knocked out for a few hours.
They wouldn't still be in costume if that were the case.
Well, no, I mean they could have been like cleaning up.
Also, I got a question. Is that a guy playing Fairy Godmother?
Yes.
No. Okay, cool. Well, if that's the case, yay. Guy Fairy Godmother.
Okay.
If it is a guy, listen. Okay, male Fairy Godmothers are a cool concept.
I think this actually might be a non-binary character just because like they said Fairy Godparent earlier.
Oh, then never mind. Fair enough. But it's more interesting.
Less interesting.
It's less interesting, but it's still somewhat interesting. It's more interesting than a Fairy Godmother.
I mean, I guess. Although I suppose like that normally it's like the king who's arranging the ball for the prince. So I guess like having Daisy play the queen was also like a reversal, which still is very common in theater. I
don't know why the Fairy Godparent though is designed directly off the Disney version. Like, is this Disney or not Disney? I'm confused now.
It's probably not Disney.
We talked about licensing fees before, and when you brought it up, and I said that it most likely would not be, especially because they spent all their money on the set.
Disney.
We have no idea where the doll went, but are you doing okay?
Okay,
Jane?
that's $100. That is 100% $100. Then if they don't know where
the doll just comes back to throw his gem at him again.
Yeah, disappeared. Yeah,
this doll just constantly comes after him. That's the goal.
See, that's it. It's actually the doll is like the centerpiece of this cinematic universe. They were all bonded and trying to hunt for it. Yeah,
and just like the Chucky series.
Yeah, I'll live.
I mean, I have to get stitches now, but
Still, it's weird that all our school plays end in disaster. They proceed in disaster. Though at least Star wasn't one throwing a tantrum on stage. I'm assuming that Starry and Daisy are sisters or cousins or something. Speaking of whom? Is the doll back?
Oh no.
Yeah.
It is back. 4.5.
I think this doll is possessed.
You know what? I think you, me, and Teddy here are all going to be good friends. Why? Is Teddy alive as well?
Oh no! I hate that there's possessed doll now.
Is that it?
Yeah, but I think so. That was the cliffhanger ending.
Okay, what is this Bonnie and the Bunny Club that we? Before we go into the Bronze Calls, I need to know what this Bonnie and the Bunny
Please tell
Club.
me it was something from last stream.
It's not from last stream.
Oh, because last stream has some great clip potential.
Sure did. However, this is one that was actually relevant to what we were saying earlier, and it's currently processing. So while that processes, let's do pros and cons.
I have issues with this video. The backgrounds, God, no.
I honestly really liked it. Like, yes, there were some errors and stuff like that, but honestly, I didn't feel like it was a bad Gacha video or anything. It was just like a funny little video doing like a funny little twist with the Cinderella story and everything like that. I honestly really enjoy it. Some of the character designs could have been better and improved, and some like the dialogue and stuff like that. They could have done a little bit better with the ending to show that it is a play, but honestly, I really enjoy it. I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
I mean, okay, we don't usually grade the videos that we review.
Yeah, I know, but you know, I'm gonna do something different. 6 out of 5.
It's school themed. It's school themed, so it makes sense.
Exactly.
It's got like a C, I guess.
Just two different grading systems, but both equally valid.
B plus, B plus.
Okay, there we go.
Like 80%.
Okay, and
it doesn't match up with your grading system. God.
Oh yeah, I guess that would have been like it would have been a 65% if you were matching
what?
up. Yeah.
80 or 70.
If B plus is 80%, then
70 is a C, 80 is a B, 90 to 100 is a A.
Yeah, but where I live, B is 80 to 70, around that. Like, because sometimes when I get like 75 or 78,
technically.
it's B.
KW,
I was in elementary school.
KW, that still doesn't match up with the percentages that you were talking about earlier. Because if 6.5 out of 10, that's 65%, not 82.7.
Okay. Okay, I thought Annie was talking. No, I thought Annie was talking about like 70. That's. Because I was talking about like the 70 and 80s. That was B. And yes, and I was homeschooled, but I was in elementary school before I was homeschooled.
I mean, to be fair, you don't get graded in elementary school till like 3rd grade. But even then, elementary schools nowadays are kind of weird.
Must have been in 3rd grade then.
I was in 1st to 3rd grade, and we get graded.
Oh dang! I wasn't graded in 1st grade or 2nd grade.
What do you mean you weren't? Are you sure you weren't graded, or were you just not told about your grades?
No, they didn't
just said that you get graded in 3rd grade, and KW just said she was there from 1st to 3rd grade. Therefore, can have memories of being graded.
Who remembers being in 3rd grade, anyways?
KW does.
Oh, dang.
People with better memory than you.
I didn't live elementary school after 4th grade. I didn't go to school in 5th grade or up.
Fun.
It's a pretty If you have memories of school that go up to that particular point, you're more likely to remember them.
Because I was homeschooled for
it's not like it's to be overshadowed by anything else.
Then went to pub school for 1st grade to 4th grade, and then went back to homeschooling for 5th grade and above.
Okay, there we go then.
Yes.
God. Okay. Right. Well, that's sorted, and also for record, I too recall a fair amount from 3rd grade because that was also the first full year I spent in Spain.
I don't remember much of anything. I remember vaguely having a teacher named Mrs. Foskey back in my elementary days. At which grade, I couldn't tell you. It was definitely in elementary, though. And I remember back in, I think this was 1st grade, where I had a bully and he wouldn't leave me alone. And this was at a point where I had so much hope for humanity that I still believed in like the cartoon, like fairy tale logic of just be nice to them endlessly, and eventually they'll learn your kindness too. That's not the way the world works. As it
Yeah.
that's all a lie. Which is also what my mom would tell me. Eventually my sister just told me, "Oh, kick him in the balls." Of course, every time I ratted him out to the teachers, they just kept on telling us to stop playing so rough. So on the last day of school, I just actually beat him up.
I do recall this story.
Problem.
I remember having a teacher that I could not pronounce the name. I was like, Mrs. What?
Well, see, I remember Mrs. Foskey.
Wow, a word that you can't pronounce? I've never heard of this before.
I remember Mrs. Foskey partly because, well, yeah, of course, because it's not like KW's going to tell you it.
Because I can't pronounce it right, even to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, Mrs. Foskey was cool. But I also remember because she had like class pets. She had a bunch of either mice or rats. I don't remember. They all died of cancer eventually, but they were great while we had them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was albino, so it had like pure red eyes. Quite cool.
Can imagine.
I'm not crying, by the way, over the dead mice or anything. I do miss them, but like I am just yawning. I'm not like about to have a breakdown over the mice. I know that sounded for a second.
Yeah. Gute Nacht. Anyway.
Has Sevilla stopped processing?
Oh no. I'll give my final thoughts after this one, I guess.
Yes.
All right.
The eyebrows make me feel like I'm being flirted with.
Actually, Reaching doesn't work as well on mobile, so be careful. You're being flirted with grey spaghetti now.
That's some hot grey spaghetti.
So
well,
she was
clearly a joke.
With the
this does not sound like being actually attracted.
No, this sounds like the typical. That is very obviously a joke.
It's just BB.
I am still confused, but okay. Anyway,
he was flirting with the gray eyebrows. If we're gonna say,
oh, that's true. I guess we're gonna say I'm flirting with anyone. It's not even the person.
So, moral of the story. I don't know.
Yeah, you've kind of like said your thing throughout the entire time. You keep on saying like this is stupid. So I'm guessing that's your final verdict on the video.
Yeah.
Moral story: don't make stupid videos for Aiden, apparently, because Aiden will call it stupid.
Well, I mean that's kind of the point of making it purposely stupid. Whatever. No. I think the moral of this is that Broadway needs to step up.
Yes!
That's not a thing! Oh my god.
They're being literally outstaged. Okay, so as for me, I suppose going back to the play that goes wrong, it would have been, I suppose, if this was a standalone project, I would have still said that had to have everyone just like show the actual play and just show a bunch of stuff that goes wrong. Also, the play that goes wrong like amps up the severity of it. I guess like the doll at the end, there's been like a lull in the middle where nothing really seems to like be an issue. I mean, I guess you had to like lay down the pieces in the foundation, like the elementary school students coming in, the real girlfriend versus the character girlfriend, and how that like applies and like how that makes him corpse and whatever. And I guess the different actors, different responses. There was actually a lot here when you ignore the issues with the sets and such, and maybe some of the designs people weren't too fond of. There is actually like a fair amount to praise in here. And I guess it's also part of like a expanded universe. So the characters do feel like they actually know each other fairly well. And I guess there's more to discover of them and what that doll was about in the first place. So I, for one, am looking forward to finding out more. Was it as good as the play that goes wrong? Absolutely not. But was it was it far better than it could have been? Also true. So there you are. I had fun with this one.
Yeah, sorry, Bond. You were wrong about baby butter, apparently.
I do appreciate that your impression of me flirting is calling someone's eyebrows hot gray spaghetti.
I am officially subscriber number 250. There we go. All right, and that's that. Okay, so I think that's everything. Does the chat got anything else to say about this? No, they don't. Okay, well, I guess we'll return to the lore of Miss Fantasia on the stage, and once again we'll go from the very beginning, maybe after Elysian. We'll see. But for now, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Got us already. And on that note, until next time.